Oh shit! Are we live? I think still doesn't say if we're live or not, but I'm assuming we're live.
Yeah, we are, and oops, let's go.
Punch it!
We did it.
I don't know
look
if I just noticed this, but
look at this guy.
while it's playing, there's a little slider at the bottom that shows the duration.
Really?
Yeah.
Not on my end.
I saw it, but did it go away when it started?
It's just a little blue line. It doesn't have any time code or anything. It's cool though.
Carson's like, I love the passage of time. Really cool.
Blazing time.
His episode 71.
71. How have we done this for 71 episodes?
My worst fear is that I'm gonna look back and then I'm randomly gonna see I put the same number episode twice.
Oh god, that's kill us.
No, I would.
Stop the count.
Imagine we're like, imagine like, all right, we had episode 99, and then we saw it was 102, and we wasted it. Oh no.
71 for 71 weeks. You've been. No, we can't. We took some weeks off sometimes.
We've gone almost over 2 years. But yeah, we did it. He's no longer back, unfortunately. But, you know, it was fun while he was. Joining us today, we got Evan.
I'm hyped. Another Star Wars show in the books. How many Star Wars shows have we gone through in our podcast? Our podcast day, we've gone through
3 to 4.
Two seasons of Mando.
Bad Batch.
Covered Bad Batch.
Book of
Clone
Boba
Wars
Fett.
season 7.
Book of Boba Fett. Clone
Overseas.
Wars season 7. That's 5, right? And then now Kenobi 6.
Kenobi. Well, there's been 6 Star Wars.
Oh, Visions. We did Visions. We covered
did
Visions. That's 7.
And
Is that it? Is that be it? Am I forgetting anything?
come
What?
on, you can do it.
Way. No way.
Come on.
Not Resistance.
No, that was way
Um,
before.
That was a 4-hour time. What am I missing?
What are we missing?
Lego Star Wars?
No, there's not.
Oh, you
Fuck you.
My greatest ploy.
Yeah, it really got me. But another one in
It was
the
me,
books.
James, the author of
Rolling Adventures. Rolling Adventures.
We covered
Rojas,
Rolling-
baby! Galaxy Adventures! That's 2 more. All right.
Did we cover Galaxy Adventures on this podcast?
We were for a while, yeah.
For a little bit.
Anytime
Holy
there'd be like a
shit.
new one, we were like, there was this, there was new robots, Benzo,
Yeah.
Butterfly.
So I remember defending it because people were shitting on Galaxy Adventures, but those were fun. Anyways, Kenobi has ended with a lot of pain, sorrow, happiness, heartwarmingness. It was incredible. I loved it. I love this series. Cannot wait to talk to you guys about this finale and where I rank this. We just did a top 10 Star Wars like in general ranking on where heartbreak feels good. But this one, man, if we did this like a month ago, I don't know where this
Star Wars.
Oh, really?
If I was
It's in the top 10 for sure. But yeah. Oh, top 5 for TV shows, though.
It's definitely in the top 10 for sure out of 13.
Wow.
Good
There was a lot more than 13.
Oh yeah, with the
products.
shows, yes.
We included movies in the shows and all that shit. But yeah.
I mean, I didn't like the shows. That was on that bootleg podcast you sold your soul to. Carson's here.
Look. This was the most confident the show has been. I think it's the best episode of the series. And I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. And it really stepped it up on the fight compared to, last time, the skirmish. Because it wasn't really a fight last time. And yeah, man, Nathan texted me like earlier today, like, not just badass, it delivers on the emotional core.
I specifically was
You talking about the episode, Nathan?
No, I didn't. No, what I said, because I remember Carson was just like, I'm probably gonna get spoiled. I can't avoid the timeline. And then I watched in the morning, and let me read exactly what I texted him.
Oh boy.
I immediately finished the episode, and I texted him, "Bitch,
Oh jeez.
you better avoid spoilers. This finale delivered, and I'm not talking badass shit." So,
And he was right.
Caps.
Man, there's so many emotional beats, so many emotional layers to this episode. With every character, how awesome is it that we got Reva as the B plot, basically, as cutting back from the main fight, but it all blended together and came together in that amazing scene on Tatooine. Love it.
Yeah.
And who would have predicted? Evan's like, we ain't going to Tatooine. Whatever.
No. What did I say? I said we're obviously going to Tatooine. I said we're going to
but
Tatooine,
not from
but not for Vader. There's no way. I said there's no way Vader's fighting on Tatooine.
I completely misinterpreted the damn, what's it called? The transponder.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Because that's the one question I have in this episode. How did Reva know how important Luke was? Did I miss that? Because I rewatched the episode. I'm like, she hears boy and Tatooine. Is that a sarcasm,
No,
Ben?
she
That
hears
was a Gandalf quote.
I wonder they can't discover Luke
wouldn't know.
on Tatooine or something.
Say it
At
again?
least that's what I heard in the recap.
Yeah,
Like
on the recap, she says she hears boy like discovered Tatooine. How does she piece together that's Anakin's son? Or does she know?
She doesn't. She just assumes that he's relevant to Kenobi, and that.
But then she said, "I failed them." Like, because I rewatched the episode and she says like, he's killed so many and I still can't do it. Something like that, and I'm like, huh?
I feel like she would have.
I thought this was gonna be. All she knew that it was important to Kenobi. Therefore, if it hurt Kenobi, she would be back in good faith with Vader.
See, I thought she was coming to kill Luke because he was the son of it. I think that would have been like the most emotionally relevant, right? Do you agree, Nathan? You're our third party here?
I'm the third party.
You're the first party. You had the podcast. Sure, happy now.
I'm no party. But
I got depressed.
There was no indication that
we left the bar early.
There was no indication that she knew that was Anakin's son. At least I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. But then I think the implication was that she did know.
I feel like it thematically works better if she did.
That's what I'm saying, right? I think thematically it has to work. Like I can't. She's
Does
falling
the
on her knees
galaxy
saying,
know Anakin and Padme were a thing,
Not at all, boy.
and that Padme was pregnant?
Let me pull spoiler chat right now. Hold on.
It's not in the spoiler. Oh, yeah. Ask them in the spoiler chat. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go through the 500 messages.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't think it's in there.
But I'm watching it again now.
Because either way, that's where I got from the beginning. That was my only question. I don't even want to say it's a criticism because I like the end result of the Reva journey, and how it parallels what we've seen before in Star Wars. But it goes against what we see before in Star Wars. But I was just questioning how she knew about Luke. Because all I know is boy, Tatooine, Bail. It's important. That's it. But that was my only question.
Sister, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, sister.
So, sister. So good.
Ben, glad you watched it. Had a great time. Finale was excelente. I agree.
Fuck canon. I'm here for emotions.
Basically,
But also-
I think that's my review. I'll talk about it towards the end when we talk about the whole series. But I think emotion for me, characters, emotions, how I feel wins out over like production value
Over like
in general.
and even like some logic here and there.
Yeah, like I say this towards even like I'm not the biggest MCU shill in the world, but
I know. My whole damn chat.
Even it's just Multiverse of Madness was mid. Anyways,
No.
I just think
I'll ban him again.
that
He's gone.
With some MCU films, even if they might not look the best, I still like what they're saying. I agree. I've done in season 2 of this to do many things together nicely, possibly.
I would agree.
But Inquisitor series. But I agree with everything else. Season 2. Again, I think we'll talk about it towards the end. But yeah, I don't think there's anything relevant to say in a season 2.
Trey and Josh are undecided / no on the Reva question.
Well, what did you ask?
I said,
did she know?
Hey y'all, did Reva know Luke was Anakin's son?
I didn't.
And Josh said, I don't think so. Trey said, Jess and I were talking about this a lot. I don't really know because I don't know why'd she go after him.
That's what I'm saying. Why'd she go after him in the first
place? And Josh said just because he's force sensitive, maybe.
You know who has a great answer every
Deborah
ever is Alden. He will.
Yeah, I'm hoping Alden responds because I don't know.
At Alden Diaz.
Look, I think it works either way. That she was just kind of distraught at this point, and she really didn't know. She just knew it was important to still be in part of the overall thing. It's a little bit of a plot contrivance if she doesn't know, I guess, but I don't really care. I think it works.
It's funny because like as the episode was going, I thought it was going to be like, a reverse reveal with my theory of where she was going to be like they're on the defense against Reva, and then she comes up like, he's coming, and then she helps him.
But I'm so glad it didn't happen because again, I wouldn't want Vader to come anywhere near Tatooine.
Well, maybe even not Vader, maybe just an Inquisitor, maybe Grand Inquisitor. I don't know.
Is this Luke Skywalker?
The boy who lived.
The boy who lived. Man, Rupert Friend for Harry Potter.
Will to live. So yeah, let's go.
So where do we begin with this?
We begin where it all began, on Tatooine. Reva's rocking up to the merchant dude and is asking, "I'm looking for a farmer named Owen." Cut to space. We're in space. We're on the transport. Vader's pursuing. Clean ass helmet over to the starfield. Looks gorgeous. And the crew is on the run. They're trying to get out in time, but they're waiting for the power couplings and shields. They don't have enough time. They realize they don't have enough time during this pursuit, so Obi-Wan realizes he has to diverge from the ship and lead Vader away.
Now, let's tackle all this, because I think this is very important, very integral to his character arc. So right now, I put in my notes that Kenobi, this is beautiful, right? Because Kenobi, earlier in the series, he's so focused on himself, but he's also, he's not entirely selfish in the sense that he is so bogged down by his overall mission to protect Luke, to eventually train Luke, that he's forgoing everything else. He's forgoing, his passion for the Jedi, his love for others. He obviously loves Luke, and that's why he's so considerate towards, I need to stay on Tatooine. But now he's realized that he can spread that love to others, that he can care for others. That's why I think having Leia in this series has worked wonders. But he's learned to care for others. He's learned to put others before himself, basically. Because at this point, obviously, we know as the audience, Obi-Wan's going to walk away fine. But Obi-Wan does not know that at all. He thinks he's possibly going to die, which makes an upcoming scene where he says, I promise Leia I will return, even more tear worthy. Very sad.
Great little moment here. Leia's sharing Lola around with the scared kids to keep them calm, and she's letting Obi-Wan know. Obi-Wan says, maybe I should borrow her sometime.
Maybe I should borrow her too as well. I took a note of that as well. It's I like that moment because I think at that point he's saying I need all the help I can get. Basically, I need some kind of comfort because again he's going. I always say this, I love when Star Wars goes into the belly of the beast. I love when Rey has to accept that she's going to Kylo, knowing full well that she might die, but that she still has her goal of possibly turning Ben based on what she saw. And I think for Ben Kenobi, I think he's willing to go end it with Vader. Today it ends between me and him. which I'll talk about in a later scene with Roken.
Great TLJ parallels,
but great
in terms of Luke coming out against the Hulk.
So many great stuff. Jalen,
stop.
Let's go.
I'm gonna give it back to her.
Subscribe, ring the bell.
Gosh, that's true.
Pain.
Jesus Christ, that is very. I didn't even think about that.
Call him in.
Jalen, come on in.
He knows exactly. He knows exactly what Anakin will choose to do here.
Yes.
And so does Luke. He knows.
So does
Luke knows that Ben Kylo will come down and face him one-on-one, ragefully, and tap into his anger. And he knows that Vader is going to stop chasing the ship and turn towards them. Turns towards Kenobi, head to this planet. And at first, I thought the planet. I'm like, is that Tatooine? No fucking way. I'm like, what?
Oh
we
no!
Can't be. I was like,
it's
the atmosphere and the clouds
dusty.
were kind of like brownish because they're like mixing in the weather.
Someone turned down the brightness on it.
I was like, Nani?
What I loved about, there's still so much, but fast forwarding to the planet real quick, I liked how much it looked like Avatar Book 3. A lot darker. A lot darker and cloudy and more filled with volume. But
all right.
I liked how it looked so much where Aang fought Ozai. Prepare to die. Great stuff.
So good.
Great finale. Best finale of all time.
Imagine the
but yeah, so I do love, again, I loved his scene with Leia here. Leia has been like the anchor of the show in terms of his purpose. Like, we know he fights for Luke, but now he found a new purpose in Leia as well, and others in general, everybody in the path. So it's just so beautiful to see. She has been incredible in this series so far.
And here we get the evolution from the classic, not just saving one person, but expanding into the greater good and kind of teaching Leia that lesson of like why this was so important for him to go. Because obviously Leia's pissed. She's like, and even some of the passengers were like, nah, like, you're a Jedi, like, stay.
Stay
like,
here. Stay with us.
We won't survive without you. And it's like, you won't survive with me.
Right, but he says it. What does he say? He says,
even Hux is gone, and then he leaves.
All right, let me read some lines here. You spent 10 years protecting the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
This is my chance to return that favor.
Yes, and I love this whole little thing. Speaking of Alden made that great tweet about Kamal's character of like Kenobi sees his heart underneath the fake Jedi thing, you know,
the facade,
facade, and he knows that he'll keep Leia calm and ultimately get her home, which I think is a beautiful, touching thing.
Exactly, yeah. Camille delivers that so well.
Sorry, this is a beautiful line. You are all the future. You're the future.
I love that's what I was trying to think of.
Oh,
yeah.
That he's finally looking forward. He hasn't looked forward at all. He's always been looking back. Right in the show, and he's finally looking forward.
So you're what needs to survive.
You're what needs to survive. That's a good point, Carson, because there's always that great quote in Star Wars. Like, a lot of Jedi say it. Qui-Gon says it, like, in The Phantom Menace, right? Doesn't he say, like, Obi-Wan, you're always looking beyond, never what's ahead? But it's so good because a lot of Jedi have to have that balance where you have to care for the future generation, but you also have to care for the present. And you can't be hung up about the past. It's like three things at once. You can't be hung up about the past. You have to learn from that. You have to care about what's in front of you, what's in the present. But you also have to care about what's beyond, like the future generation, Luke and Leia. I think there's a lot of Last Jedi parallels in this episode, which I love. But there's some good Luke ones too, where old Luke is thinking like, I failed, like I'm done, I can't move on. But then he's learning from his failure by the end of the movie. And I think Kenobi as well. He's like towards the end of the fight, he's learning from his failure. That's what I like here. Like, he's always looking beyond. He's telling Leia that you are the future, and that's what he has to protect. And that's what eventually ends up making him stronger than Vader, which is so cool. But yeah, this entire scene, and then eventually we get the Roken scene, right? Let me see here. Oh, no. Before that, they cut to Owen and Brew, because power of friendship. friendship. That's it. I guess like because friendship is found family basically. Star Wars kind of mixes that together.
I think Leia and Ben ultimately have a found friendship of working together because really Kenobi's going into this thinking that he's only saving somebody when she saves him in a sense.
Yeah. Which I love. This good old what's it called? Man and his cub. What's it called? Crap.
Lion and cub.
There we go. I was like, what am I thinking? Damn it. Lion and cub trope.
What, Last of Us?
Yeah, I'm about to say Last of Us, where Ellie saves Joel, basically. Joel was living a shitty life. And then by the end of his journey, like, Joel couldn't get over the guilt of failing Sarah and feeling her die. But now, I know. But at the end of The Last of Us, Ellie eventually is the one that helps save Joel, which I like. And then we get part 2. But then I like... in this one, Leia really helps save Kenobi in more ways than one without this entire series. But yeah, we cut to Owen and Beru on Tatooine because when Reva came up in the first part of the episode, she went up to the guy at the vendor. The vendor eventually tells Owen while Owen's shopping for some extra parts that you're going to want to come talk, or we need to talk because somebody's coming after you. And then I just wrote down like Owen and Beru are ready to fight.
Even they're talking right now. It's like she's gonna come by nightfall, so they got time to prepare.
We gotta hurry up. And I like this. So I wrote down Owen is initially Owen's a very brave character, but he's also very careful. He immediately, in terms of fight or flight, he wants to run. He
wants to evacuate.
Yeah, we're gonna evacuate. We're gonna get the hell out of here. He has a flight factor up the ass. Which isn't bad, of course, it saves lives, but also
protect your family. Exactly,
he's so protective. Possibly too protective. Where Beru says like, "We need help" or something like that, and then Owen's like, "We don't have Kenobi," and she's like, "Thanks to you," basically.
Oh, and it'll apply to the Academy next year.
Yeah, so they don't have Kenobi because Owen has pushed him away in a sense. Not that Owen doesn't know that Kenobi has a whole other mission. That's why he really couldn't come.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that Owen is pushing people away due to his protectiveness, while Beru is just like, you need to hunker down, fight, and take the fight to Reva.
Yeah.
I like Beru so much here. She was great.
And now, Luke, we got some Tuskens coming.
Yeah, Tusken. Yeah, be careful.
Okay, but there's some more. We go back, more Obi-Wan and Leia goodbye. Hodge was calming Leia down a bit, talking her through it. And fucking goddamn it, Leia's like, you said you take me home.
Oof.
I wish I could, Leia.
Yeah, and he says, I promise to return. I love that. I promise. Which most Jedi like know not to make those kinds of promises. But yeah.
Please tell your father I tried.
Why?
Ow.
Why? Not like this.
Which is great because he doesn't know whether he's going to live or die. He thinks there's a very high possibility that it ends whether him or Vader live. I think he says it in the next scene. But he's like, whether me or Vader lives, it has to end today. So he doesn't know. But he makes a promise to return to her, which I really like.
He gives her Tala's holster.
I love the dialogue here, or the way he says it. His cadence. He's like, give me a holster. She's like, well, I wasn't going to give you a blaster, Leia.
Yeah.
You're 10 years old.
You're 10 years old.
Classic Obi-Wan.
He was so good.
But you won't always be.
Carrie.
And we get a Lola holster. Pablo's tweet, a Lola holster.
That's amazing.
Share a hug. Sentimental music playing, goddammit.
These subtitles.
Oh god, they know what they're doing.
Sadness and sorrow playing.
Evan Peters from the X-Men films.
What kind of subtitles were those called?
It was audio description.
Audio description. Yeah. Audio description.
How many times did that come up?
Remember with the
audio descriptions.
audio descriptions that in Mando season
The
2.
droids confirmed they're actually
yeah, Imperial droids. Those things are I was like, oh my god, Dark Troopers.
Freaking.
They called them something.
Explosions.
Seeker Troopers.
Oh fuck yeah! The little moment alone. Obi-Wan says, "I have to face the master, whether he dies or I do.
It ends today.
This ends today."
And I'm glad that Qui-Gon doesn't show up here.
Very Western like. And I like a way to be.
Because I feel like it was like it's the calm before the storm. So it was like,
yeah.
We don't need him at his low point. We need
Camera falls back.
We need him at the beginning of his next journey, which I think is fitting in this show.
Exactly.
Imagine if Qui-Gon was about to, and Rogan just comes in like, "You ready?" He's like, Qui-Gon's fuck.
I'll be back.
They can't see me. They're not believers.
I do, yeah. Like Carson, I agree. I like how Qui-Gon ends. He has a perfect placement in this episode where he comes to the very end of Obi-Wan's journey, like he's supposed to, because Obi-Wan's character has gone full circle. If he showed up now, it wouldn't really make sense because he hasn't come to that conclusion that we see within the Vader fight. But I do like where he ends here. Maybe season 2 can be about them training.
Rogan, there are not many leaders left. People follow you. Don't stop. He says, I'm just getting started,
baby.
Andor!
Right?
Be an
Andor. I think he'll be a perfect fit for Andor if they don't have him already for season 1, which is very doubtful. It already finished filming and everything. Put him in season 2. Put him in the background character if they can in season 2. Make him do something in season 2. I think he'll fit just well.
Close hand on Mothma. This is early before even the rebellion itself, so
yeah. Hell, in season 2, I want fucking Enfys Nest, Rokin. Give me everybody in Andor season 2.
Fucking Grand Inquisitor, so focused against Vader.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
My lord, we must continue our pursuit on the insurgents.
Every fucking line Rupert does so well.
Now is not our chance to wipe out the network in its entirety. We cannot prioritize one lone Jedi.
He's not just any Jedi, bitch.
He's my Jedi.
Smacks me in the face.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Follow Kenobi.
But going back though, I like Rokin. I like what Rokin's ultimate arc here because initially he had a wife that was a Jedi and he was kind of afraid. Also, Auden responded, Carson, if you can read that. I don't remember it. But I like that Rokin is saying that, or I like how Rokin's full arc is him becoming a full leader. Initially, his wife was a Jedi. He was afraid to get really invested. But then he kind of found himself automatically siding with Kenobi because it's within himself as a character. And now he's, as a leader, now he's pushing beyond just helping Kenobi. He's helping everybody within the path. He become a leader figure. I really like how Kenobi's influence, beyond just helping himself as a Jedi, he's helping others become who they truly are meant to be. Like him and Tala. Like his reunion with Tala helped her realize she was already part of the path, but coming in with Kenobi really helped her realize and make that ultimate sacrifice. And then with Rokin, I just love Kenobi was so integral to all these characters and their journeys so far.
This goddamn show has so many goddamn recontextualized parallels. Goddamn it! Owen and Beru are once again telling Luke all right, there's some Tuskens raiding. You know what to do. If anything goes wrong, you run. And Luke just goes, I'm not afraid. He's like, I know. And I'm just thinking back in him in Empire with Yoda just being I'm not afraid.
Luke is very brave.
And now I'm recontextualizing that of just him saying that because he wants to help his aunt and uncle against the fight, so he wants to also help Yoda against the fight. And god damn it, they keep doing this to me.
Okay, Alden had a great answer here about the whole thing.
What do you say? Put it up on the screen. No.
She doesn't know who he is at all. All she has is the following piece of information. Owen has a kid building off her suspicion of him in part 1. Obi has the senator's daughter the whole time, and now she sees a message in which this senator mentions Owen and a boy. Mm-hmm. She's seen how hard he fights to protect Leia. If there's another kid and it has to do with the farmer she met, then it has to be all connected. She infers that if he knows about them, she refers that the quote, if he knows about them during the transmission, is referring to Vader because this whole thing has between him and Obi-Wan. So with that info, I believe she's aiming to kill Luke because it's somehow important to Vader and evidently important to Obi-Wan. And in her mind, it probably goes back a long time because she knows from the archives that Bail and Obi were allies and friends. She's trying to kill Luke because it'll disrupt Vader's life. She doesn't know how it will, but she knows it will. And she also accuses Obi-Wan for being responsible for Anakin. The whole "Where were you?" quote back in episode 4 or 5. That's her whole thing. Where was she when her friends, or where was he when her friends were slaughtered? So now she can make Obi-Wan a double failure. Doesn't know why he protects these kids, but she knows he does, and that's enough. And it's a cycle of abuse kind of thing. But I think makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I like the Vader one too, where it's like no matter what, she's disrupting Vader's ultimate goal.
Which I like that interpretation a lot better than her trying to get back into Vader's graces. Because I sort of got that vibe, but I'm like,
I didn't get that.
Now this makes a lot more sense that literally she's just, it's like her last straw sort of thing, and it's very evident in her redemption here that makes a ton of sense for now that I'm looking at all of the facts.
Exactly, yeah. I kind of get that vibe where, in comparison to her and Maul, both her and Maul were on their last legs of revenge, of vengeance. Like, we're kind of near death here. We're kind of near the end of our rope. Like, Maul had nothing at that point. And so killing Obi-Wan was his last, like, thing that he needed to achieve. And I think similar to that, Reva is also like, I'm near death at this point. Disrupting Vader in any way I can.
They're the most lost they've been, and they're just grappling.
Exactly.
Onto something.
They're grappling onto anything, and disrupting Vader in any way possible can do that. And at the same time, I like what Alden said there, where Obi-Wan's to blame as well for what happened. So disrupting Vader and Obi-Wan will, in her eyes, we'll talk about it later, but in her eyes, it'll make what happened to her friends, because again, she still has a survivor's guilt. But it'll make what happened to them. They'll be satisfied. They'll feel like victorious, I guess, even though that's not at all what she should be thinking. Because her dead Padawan should be saying like, "We want you to live, Reva. We don't want you to go down this dark side path." But that's not obviously what she's thinking because she's so far gone at that point. But yeah, great. Thank you, Alden Diaz. People don't follow him on Twitter. He's great. Great guy.
This is a great little detail because I keep rewinding it because I thought it was crazy. I am, but no, this is something. Everyone, I was looking at shots of like everybody on the ship, and at this moment, Vader says, "Prepare my ship," because he's gonna go down to the planet to fight Obi-Wan. Right. But I'm looking at the shot, and I keep rewinding it, and I'm looking, and Vader's like visible. It's not just the camera. Vader is visibly like shaking, while everyone else that they cut to is like pretty stoic and still. And I feel like it's just like his fucking rage is just built.
Thank you, Nathan, because I may have noted that as well. I said, Vader said, "Prepare my ship." He has a singular focus on Kenobi. He still hasn't progressed, like obviously because he's a Sith. He's still on that focus, and this is something he'll never really get past until Return of the Jedi. But like he's always on a singular goal, especially when it comes to somebody that knows his past, like Luke, Vader, etc. Ahsoka. So yeah, very Sith-like. But I also made a note like this is very akin to Ben in a way, but not in a way. To in The Last Jedi, because in The Last Jedi novelization, Ben sees Luke and he's visibly scared, like he's afraid of Luke. It's a very good quote. Remember that, Carson, where it's like Ben's on the shuttle and Hux is looking at him, and Ben's like,
you can see it in his eyes.
He's scared shitless of Luke. Especially in
every gun we have.
And he has keep in mind he doesn't have the mask on at that point. He has he can't hide behind a mask at that point.
Thank you, Ryan Johnson. But this time we see Vader. I think in the opposite. I don't think he's really, from my perspective at least, I don't think he's exactly afraid of Kenobi. He's anticipatory in a way. He's very, how do I say this? Like he's antsy. Like he's ready to go down there.
Ready, but it still feels like it feels uncharted territory. Yet he knows he has to at the same time. So he's like still kind of he's marching in there as confident as possible, but it still kind of feels like uncharted territory to the audience a little bit.
Totally, yeah. I think at this point yeah, it's uncharted territory for the audience and for him in a sense. Like he hasn't seen his master since episode 3, but like in general, it's like this guy has been on his mind ever since his failure on Mustafar. And so I think it's really clouding his judgment.
He never destroyed Obi-Wan.
No,
and which makes it so perfect here. Did you come here to destroy me? Did you
so
save
good?
My soul.
Say you forgive me. I love bad guys.
Oh man,
I love that when he said that. Also, I made a note as he's coming down from the shuttle.
Yeah.
Beautiful establishing wide shot. I know it's in the volume and shit, but it still looks very clean.
I am so happy with the upgrade from last fight in terms of motivated geography. That was one of the things I just did not like about the.
I'm so happy it's not shaky cam.
Oh, thank God.
I think
there's some, but it's way more
on occasion, but like,
fight.
Yeah.
Totally
it's used a lot sparingly. So is it okay? But like before their fight, also he landed, and then he sees Lola is in his pocket, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, you have to bring it back. You have to go back and give it back.
Yeah. You made a promise. Now take it through. It reminded me of Mando season 1 episode 3 where he delivered Grogu away.
He pulls up the thing and
he pulls up the ball, and then he's like, fuck, I gotta go back. Another Deborah Chow episode. Our first Deborah Chow episode.
Mandalorian episode.
Mandalorian, yeah.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, we saw Better Call Saul, but yeah, this is her Mando, which was exciting. But yeah, so I love the moment too, Nathan, where he sees Lola. And he's reminded again what he came there to do. He came there to defeat Anakin, but he's also there to protect the future.
I want that damn fucking Hasbro droid or whatever.
Oh yeah, ever since we saw that celebration, I was like, I should have got it.
It wasn't expensive, right? Like it was only
it was like $50 or something.
Yeah, $50 bucks.
I'm like, I'm in.
That's how much I paid for graduation.
Wait, hold on.
Forget that. He made us pay $50 for graduation.
That shit was legit. Can we still get it? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's probably.
It's capitalism. They want our money.
Yeah, this is so good. Have you come to destroy me, Obi?
Okay, it's $90.
Damn, it was on sale at Celebration then.
Fuck.
I do remember 50. I remember hearing 50. 80, 90 bucks.
Oh, it didn't even sell because it doesn't even release until December 1st.
Whoa, we could have wait. So that was just to look at then, or
yeah, that was just a prototype.
Was it a proto Lola?
So it releases for the Christmas season. So.
A prolo.
It comes with a stand too. That's cool.
Nice.
I don't need a fucking stand. I'll make it fly.
You're make it fly one time ever.
I'll make it ice skate uphill.
Watch
I don't get it.
Watch Blade.
Watch Blade.
I still don't believe I would get it.
Best movie of 1990.
He says it like it's a common phrase.
I want this Black Series.
According to Wesley, it is. Damn it. I love when Vader comes down. He's like, Obi-Wan, I just saw you ice skating uphill.
I would do it on once.
I'll do it.
Holy shit.
Ice skating.
Hold on, let me share my screen.
Please do. This is important shit.
This doesn't come out till March 2023.
Sure. Oh, this?
Ned
B.
How?
Ned B. expensive.
Right?
Ned B. classified.
School Survival Guide.
Your results might vary.
Can we commentary Ned's Classified?
I'll do it.
Carson, you've seen that show, right? Ned's Classified.
So there's there's Imperial Tala.
Okay.
These are the retro
packaging. That's
retro package.
Classic.
These are older, but let me go back to the.
Where's my hot toy? Oh, they're definitely gonna do a Hot Toys of Obi-Wan.
G.I. Joe. Where's my Cobra Commander?
Big fan, are you?
Big time.
Where is Lola?
She's gone.
Oh, here it is. So
they gave her legs.
yeah, so I guess that's the stand. Maybe those technically fold up.
Maybe.
Was it a part of Lola that we just don't know?
So it ships December. I'm like trying to see here. Because this is definitely a thing we saw, but I'm like, I don't.
It looks thick.
Wow.
I meant like a sandwich.
Okay, sure, Nathan.
Yeah.
So it says unlock companion mode.
I can remove you.
By attaching the legs. Okay, interesting.
Wait, what is this hover mode they're talking? What is this hover mode they speak of?
Probably magnets. Yeah, because it wasn't that a thing they were showcasing.
Yep. I'm gonna find it. There it is. Wait.
Whoa. Wait, that's a clear stand.
Hold up.
Bullshit. I want my money back.
Where's hover mode?
It's a clear stand.
Motherfuckers.
Maybe
You just
it's
take the legs
Okay, so
off.
here's the whole thing. It comes with that,
you just
and
attach
then
the
clear
legs.
stand is hover mode.
This doesn't look like
I thought it was magnets. I thought we were messing with magnets now.
right.
Uh,
Yeah,
Oh,
bitch.
still cool.
Magnets. Oh.
still very cool.
I guess it would look cool like in the dark. Okay, let's see it.
Your cats are gonna eat it.
Oh yeah, definitely will. But
Have you come to forgive me?
Yeah. I want to go back to that quote. Yeah, because yeah, have you come to destroy me? Aching to Ben on crate. Oh man, it's a beautiful parallel. But and I think Ben is more afraid because he's like at a different part of his journey. Ben's like 10 years younger than Anakin is at this point. He's still a young boy. But Anakin at this point has accepted who he is compared to Ben. He's accepted his path as Vader, and that's why he says, "Have you come to destroy me?" He's still confident that Ben actually can't destroy him. That's why he's even asking that question. It's really good. I love it.
So I want to say, going into the episode, there was a number of things that I think a lot of us had trepidations on. Mainly the whole rematch of the century. Even like the episode description was like the action-packed season finale,
Special event.
fucking buzzwords.
Yeah.
which kind of bullshit. I mean, it
Right,
was.
the fight ends 22 minutes in or whatever. I was like,
honestly, I was like,
I
thank
hit
you
my
for
up
the
button,
mislead.
and I'm like, whoa, we
and
got
even-
half
but-
the episode to go.
Right, but also even like when it's like gearing up, like Obi-Wan's like, "I will do what I must," and it's a callback, and he does the pose, and it's cool. And it does work in like character because the whole season is him getting his mojo back.
Yeah.
But it felt like I was very trepidatious of like, we're gonna fall into this, huh? Here we go. But then it goes, and God damn it,
They did it.
they did. Joby Harold did it, baby.
Did you do a reaction to this one, Nathan?
I did. I racked the whole season.
Okay. I got one.
It's not up yet.
Gosh, and it's so. Thank God this fight is actually as long as it is for them to be the pauses, the Obi-Wan under the rubble, and then the whole conversation after that. There's so much like depth because there's time for it to develop during the fight rather than just the fight, which I really, really liked.
As we always say, the best Star Wars battles are the ones that have a discussion, that have a progression throughout the battle, which is great. We also didn't talk about what he says prior to the fight, where he says like, "Then you will die," which is straight from
Rebels.
Like, because I think Kenobi says, "I'll do what I must."
Yeah.
And then he says, "Then you will die." I'm like, this is
Which rhymes with his "you will try," so it's like poetry. It rhymes.
it's beautiful. Like, Vader is so confident early in this battle because he believes which he is. He's the stronger duelist, but again, Kenobi out.
Motherfucker was going to save.
That was so cool. But yeah, Kenobi. I don't think Kenobi outshines him as a duelist. This one, he just outshines him in pure like ability, in pure force and belief.
This fight is really great. I think it's just it's so beautifully both choreographed and shot. Like there's it's rough. There was like Vader's like throwing Obi-Wan over.
They're like
grabbed him and just
throwing
pushed
each
him
other.
against the ground and started skinning against the rocks. It was incredible.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like great like low angles that they're filming from, just like
when they like spin around. There's at one point, my favorite thing is Obi-Wan blocks behind with his whole lightsaber behind him, and then Vader punches him in the fucking face in the front because Obi-Wan's whole front side is like
open.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, he gets pushed back, which is very similar to when Anakin just like socks him in the nose.
Yeah.
In Revenge of the Sith. Or I think he elbows him. He's just like, oh shit.
I need more hand combat and saber duels.
Me too. Like I liked it when Kylo did it to Finn, just like should have punched him in the face.
He had to deck him to slash him.
Like, slice. Like I love when bad guys start punching and shit, punching and kicking, doing whatever. So good there. It's so cool.
I'm just like watching they're slashing along, and Obi-Wan's like trying to get stabs and hurls, and it's really like tight with all the rocks fixtures they start going into.
Yeah, it's claustrophobic compared to the Revenge of the Sith fight.
Obi-Wan he did like the reverse saber grip, but like he was holding like with both hands. Like,
yeah,
God, it's good.
It's so cool.
Then Vader takes over for a second, right?
Vader overpowers him again. Which there's a great line I want to talk about in a second too.
Yeah, but real quick, there's Obi-Wan just like he rolled out of the way and then he rolled again. I'm like, this motherfucker keeps hitting dodge.
Oh, dude, yeah, I always thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, circle.
That's how you beat Trillin Fallen Order. Circle.
But I only had 3 stims.
God, that shit was so annoying.
Lola!
And she would just go...
Help me, stim me.
Oh, this is...
Beady.
Every time you have to do the snap. But,
good shit.
Yeah, the Batman adrenaline. How much better would Batman be if he was like Alfred? But yeah, it's great. Obi-Wan goes to
Your
knock
drugs,
down Obi-Wan goes to knock down one of the rock pillars, and Vader is like impressed. He's like, "Your strength has returned."
Yeah,
but the weakness.
I want to break this down because so he says your strength has returned, but your weakness still remains. At this point, do we think Kenobi's not like trying super hard
to kill him
in the fight? Because that's the vibe that I got the second time.
Yeah, he still hasn't accepted Anakin's death at this point. That's exactly the vibe I got from it.
Exactly.
I think
that's
he's
what I was
still
going for it too.
A bit more like I think he's like
he's going all out, but
he has
not
more
like,
strength, but he's more he's still trepidatious.
Exactly. He's still trepidatious against Anakin. He still has those feelings towards Anakin. Anakin obviously can feel that, and he's like, "Okay, I'll show you the real." Instead of trying to push a pillar against me, I'm throwing rocks all against you, dude.
Well, yeah, I think that's like an interesting thing too. Is like I think he's pretty disconnected that this being is even Anakin to some degree until he sees what's underneath, which we'll get to.
Exactly.
But yeah, the great moment, like he keeps like hitting him with rocks. This is a great environment to be dueling in.
Yeah. Part of me thinks like, did Kenobi know where he was fighting? Did he map out like, okay, this is where I can possibly beat Vader? But I think it was
I think he was just like, this is the closest system.
Yeah. I think it's kind of random as well. Vader's strong in any kind of area. It's hard to beat
it wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah. I think I don't know if it's like legit or if it's like old concept ideas, but I think this was initially supposed to be a moon of Mustafar that they were fighting on.
Interesting. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, but then fucking Vader's fucking earth bends the ground.
He pulls a Vin Diesel from F7.
Yeah.
The street always wins.
The street always wins.
Kenobi.
High ground, bitch. Thank God he didn't say it.
Oh man.
I missed the line. What does he say when he first looks down on him?
I got it right here.
Yeah,
it's coming up. He says, "Oh, nothing." He buries him. He buries him more and more with the rocks.
And then he walks away, right?
And then he says, I believe he says, "Did you really think you could?"
Oh yeah, I caught that. I thought there was something before
that. You're still too weak, basically.
And then he calls him master. He calls him master.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Okay, did you truly think that you could defeat me? You have failed, master. God, and it's so great because also the delivery, because it's Vader, but
he's cocky.
He's not like a booming voice,
right?
Like,
and so that echoes also during the final confrontation on Mustafar. Doesn't Obi-Wan say, "I have failed you," Anakin, or something?
It's one of my favorite quotes.
I have failed you, Anakin.
I'm sorry, I have failed you.
So he's basically saying, he's basically saying you failed again, Master, even more. Like,
that's my favorite part of the final Mustafar, where it's just like they've settled. They're flying through the lava, and this is the last time Kenobi really has something to say to Anakin. He just says, I have failed you. Which is why when people say like in Return of the Jedi when Vader says Obi-Wan once thought as you did, Kenobi was pleading for Anakin that entire fight in Revenge of the Sith. The entire fight he's pleading to come back. That like I didn't need this show to be like, come back to the light side, please, Anakin. He kind of says it here when he says I'm sorry, but I do like it. Like he still says it in.
Ooh, you know what? So let's get to this whole thing because I think it's interesting.
Oh, before that, they cut to Obi-Wan to Owen.
Oh yes,
Owen. A little bit.
The assault has been going on. Reva is like in the heart of the homestead.
Yeah.
Owen's doing his best to.
And he misses.
Baru opened fires on.
How do you miss?
Oh, and there's this great interaction where Reva says, "You really love the boy, like he's your own. He is my own."
Oh,
fuck so yeah.
Good. Owen.
Owen got that Joel vibe.
Yeah, Jalen said the same thing. He's like, Joel looks the same in every movie, where he's just like, slightly depressed, like gritty.
Oh, wait, hello? What is?
But I love it.
Sorry, more dialogue to hopefully flesh out the Reva angle. Yeah. Owen asks, "What do you want?" And Reva says, "Justice."
Yeah. She still thinks at this point,
justice.
Her warped view of justice is a fly mirror. There's a
still.
Warped, it just comes in. It knows I'm doing a podcast and just like
Fly 2013 Ryan Johnson.
I know, right? Ryan Johnson, get the cameras. But Reva's warped view of justice is to her view of like giving justice to the people that are her friends and her Padawans is to kill the boy, disrupt Vader any means possible, as Alden said. So yeah, which is kind of, it's warped, but then she comes to realize that it's wrong because she's still shackled in a way by the past. She's still shackled. She's not really free yet because she's still like having that survivalist guilt. Yeah, which is beautiful. I mean, tragic, beautiful.
That scene's wild. It's just Reva opens the door and Brooch fucking clocks her in the face.
Yeah, dude. And then the camera quickly goes over and you see Luke screwing up the window. I'm like, holy shit!
He's just out of frame enough. He didn't see the saber. We're good.
People give Luke shit for like later on like falling on his ass. But I do like how Luke dipped. Like he was like, that was a good couple miles. Ran. He just straight out ran straight into like the desert. You know, untouched me, the scariest shit. So good on Luke.
And then I see Reva running, but then she's also like, she's still injured, of course, so it's like hard. The Kylo effect, if you will.
Yeah, just searching for Owen in the first place, she was already like gritty and like down and dirty.
Thank God for cauterized lightsaber wounds. That shit just
hits right up.
She's like, I'm bleeding out.
It also kind of like Vader like could have just stabbed her through the head, you know. It's interesting.
But that's his thing, yeah. Him and Grand Inquisitor, they want people to
suffer, yeah. Which I like.
Which you don't get a lot from Vader, but when he's annoyed at you, he'll do that.
So then we come back to Obi-Wan in the rubble, and he's still like holding the rock a bit, like trying to.
Yeah, and I love that shot where it goes through, and you see the little bit of shaky, like hovering, and you're like, oh fuck, he's holding this shit.
Yeah, and then some lines started coming in his memory. You hear lines from Anakin. "This is the end for you, my master. Admit you are beaten." Sounds new. "You cannot run, Obi-Wan."
That was a Revenge of the Sith.
"I see through the lies of the Jedi. You're my enemy. You should have killed me when you had the chance. Damn it." Hurts. "I do not fear the dark side. I am what you made me." It's just bouncing between Anakin and Vader.
That's the one that I wrote down. I think that's one of the latter ones where he says, "You made me," which we heard from this series alone, which I think is the most relevant because that's what's just like Reva is shackled by her survivor's guilt. Kenobi is still like not free because he's shackled by the guilt of having failed Anakin. He thinks he's failed Anakin. He thinks he's the one that basically caused Anakin to turn to this. He's putting all the guilt on Anakin's transformation into himself. But it's not until he overcomes that he's able to push past this rebel and think about the people that actually helped him along his journey. Think about the people that are in the future. Luke and Leia, basically. Yeah, I love the editing here. Beautiful.
Yeah, right now it's immediately flashing. He sees Leia, Luke, Leia. He's trying to keep it up.
He sees Luke.
Leia again, Luke. Mostly Leia. I mean, most recency bias, but
hasn't really met Luke too much. Yeah.
But yeah, breathing heavy, straining. Then he just boom, fucking Saiyan mode. Let's go.
Yeah. Very much. Also, Spider-Man vibe from the classic Spider-Man comics, where he's under the rubble and he pushes out. They did it in Homecoming as well.
Oh,
and Spectacular Spider-Man.
I've gone on record. That's my favorite comic book movie scene.
It's crazy, but I
maybe in
applaud you
hindsight,
for it.
but,
I digress.
It's good.
In the comics, and they adapted it, and I was happy. I was crying at my ass in the IMAX.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best scenes of the movie. It's a great scene. I think I like how this scene kind of parallels that, where he's becoming part of his own. He's becoming, one with like what he has to do.
If you're nothing without the Vader mask, you shouldn't have it.
Exactly.
Facts.
Vader's like, I'll keep it. I need to breathe.
But yeah, Vader's walking by the shuttle. He stops abruptly, and then he immediately,
like, what the fuck?
and then he's like, oh fuck.
Pulls back his lightsaber.
And he's dual hands. He's like, shit, wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And
come on, Anakin, again, your overconfidence precedes you.
It's your weakness.
Stop doing this. Oh, don't walk away from your opponent.
They pulled a Tross in a good way.
Don't turn your back to the door, Paul. What did I tell you? Goody.
Obi-Wan swings and Vader stops it like midair. And I'm like, goddamn,
so
it
cool.
was always so. And then he throws it, but he flips out of it. It's so
that
fluid.
shit was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, he fucking threw Vader back, and we don't see that often.
Oh, that shocked me. This is the first time I've ever seen Vader get pushed back. The only person that I think has ever done that in the comics is Sidious. Sidious just like, fuck you, Vader. But I think from a Jedi perspective, I think Kenobi's the only one who has managed to just force push him all the way into the rubble. That was amazing.
Not to mention, he starts knocking his ass down, fucking takes the hilt of his lightsaber and starts smashing his respirator.
That was incredible.
That's after, because right now he raised all the fucking rocks in fucking Jesus mode.
Yeah, Kenobi mode.
Let's talk about that for a second, because I think this scene alone is very important, because it seemed very fan servicey, powerful, over OP, whatever. But it's such a perfect moment because, again, going back to the best Star Wars movie, Last Jedi,
lifting rocks.
Luke has, the epitome of that movie is like Luke says. One of the epitomes is that Luke is like, the Jedi is much more than just lifting rocks. Like that's Rey's first impression, just lifting rocks. But Rey ends up doing that exact same thing. She's able to lift a shit ton of rocks on Crate in order to save her friends. Like Jedi are the most powerful when they need to save their friends. Alex from Star Wars explains this a lot. From the High Republic, I think it's like Stellan or something like that. One of them says the Jedi are the most powerful when you are protecting others. It's what happens in the Rising Storm with Stellan. And I think the same thing happened for Rey in The Last Jedi. Same thing happens for Kenobi here.
Their power is out of the will to protect versus the will to defeat.
100%. The will to protect is always going to beat the will to defeat, and that's Vader's all on revenge and anger, and I must defeat him. Kenobi's all about like, I need to protect Luke and Leia. I made a promise to return to them, so I will do what I have to do. And that's where he gets like that shit ton of rocks and power. I just love this scene so much. It's beautiful. It's and even the subtitles are just like dramatic music intensifies or something like that. It's really cool.
It's so great. He's like pelting and Vader's just like taking it. He's just like trying.
He's just taking it.
And then he just like fucking enough.
Yeah, he speed rushes him.
Yeah, and they just pressing through, and they both fucking fall through. God damn, it's just like they're starting to be
at one point. Can we say they're holding hands, dude? I'm like, fuck, I'm crying.
That's coming right now. Oh fuck, it was great. Obi-Wan went to go stab. Vader grabs his hand. Obi-Wan twists out of it and grabs his hand, and now they're locked. They're holding while fighting.
Yes, like.
And Revenge of the Sith novelization. I'm like, they know each other so well.
Yes.
He is the product of Obi-Wan. God.
God damn. and it's while he's holding Vader's hand that he goes into jab that blunt end of his hilt into the respirator again and again and again, and it's just it's fucking discombobulate fucking Vader.
Yeah, Vader's shot because that is his weakness, but he was wide open for that attack.
He hit him like 5 times. It goes in for another clash, pulls in another rock to knock him down, and then
like, falls back over.
And now Vader's wheezing, which is always like the best sound.
And then it cuts to the wide shot, which is gorgeous of Vader on the fucking ground and Kenobi.
Oh well,
it reminded me when Rey is right over
against Kylo. And Kylo's like,
oh yeah, hold on, because then Vader tried to charge him again. And Obi-Wan stepped out of the way and slashed his back.
That's right.
Oh yeah. He did like a super slash, like in slow motion.
Vader's like really groaning now. And they're back out of the clash. They haven't wide shot yet. He throws him back again, Evan.
The second time.
And then Obi-Wan just starts to charge it up. He's about to hit his final mark.
Yep.
And he charges, he runs up, jumps off the rock, fucking dives through the air, slashes half the helmet. Oh,
guys, is this the scar from Return of the Jedi that you see right across his head?
I always thought that scar was from Mustafar. I guess
I did too. I thought that was already in the start.
I swear that was already there.
I don't know.
But people like to say this from Kenobi now. I'm like, I don't care really.
Whatever.
Yeah, it works either way.
Yeah, whatever one you want.
Same guy.
It still hurts. Whatever happened, but like a burn or slash.
And holy shit, the pursuing scene here. This is
incredible. This is peak Star Wars.
This is the best right here.
First off, this is gorgeous. The wide is beautiful, and like
it's like they both breathing
the
in each other.
Sparks falling off of the helmet.
The sound design of it, the breathing going in and out. This is before we even hear him speak, and they use Hayden's voice, and it's fucking chill.
It bounces, but oh god, I need to break this down.
But even the wheezing is just like this is 100% just like the Rebels episode. The wheezing is 100 to 100.
Okay, we need to talk about the blue and the red light because someone's made a really good point of like, Anakin is gone at this point, but Kenobi is still seeing Anakin. That's when we get those flashes of blue and the voice. I was like, fuck, that's a good point.
Damn.
That it's Kenobi's perception that's driving it because he immediately sees it and goes, Anakin. And I'm like, fuck.
Let's break this up because this is beautiful. Like immediately, when Vader's down, Obi-Wan now is starting to see into the helmet. He's lowering the saber. He's the vulnerability creeping back in, and then you see the man. You see just so much of his face. That is a big old cut, and you just see so much Anakin under there. And Obi-Wan is seeing this, and his eyes are starting to well, and he says Anakin. Oh, and the sparks are still spilling over Anakin. He's getting himself back up to finally get his stance. And goddamn, it is so beautifully cut, the symmetry of the mask.
I love Vader's remarks here. There's a lot of good Vader character work as well in this scene.
Yeah, it's the story voice. Anakin is gone.
I am what remains.
Is that the first line?
Yeah.
Wait, go through.
I'm going through. I am what remains. And Obi-Wan sighs. And he's welling up. Ewan's acting is fucking amazing.
It's incredible.
He's breaking down. And the blue is now engulfing his face.
Yes.
As his saber is moving. And he just says, I'm sorry.
For all of it.
The beat.
For all of it.
I'm sorry, Anakin. He says again.
I'm sorry.
For all of it.
And Anakin's response here is very key, too.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and then it cuts back to Anakin, and it is he's looking through the mask, and you see the emotion like in Anakin's face, and then the glow of Obi-Wan's saber takes over, and he's blue again. Vader's blue.
Yep.
And he says, "I am not your failure, Obi-Wan." And it cuts back to Obi-Wan. He's taking it in. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
And then that smirk.
He smirks, and then he says, "I did."
That's so haunting because there's no hint of like sadness, but whatever sadness Anakin had is gone.
It's been corrupted into the dark side.
It's been 10 years. It's completely gone. He's accepted who he is at this point. He accepted his path, and it's very interesting. This whole dialogue, the whole exchange right there. Because it's both what Kenobi needs to hear, but it's so difficult. But I don't think Anakin's not trying to help Kenobi. He's just trying to push Kenobi away by saying, I've killed Anakin. The person that you keep calling for is completely gone. Stop calling him Anakin. I've killed Anakin. Which, in Kenobi's eyes, he's like, ouch, first of all. But also, like, this is what he needs to hear. I think because he's been so shackled by that guilt that he killed Anakin, by Anakin admitting to himself that he has killed Anakin. Kenobi is then free now.
And really, it's Sidious's fault and Jedi 100%. Council's fault. And...
It's so many other people's fault.
Yeah.
Which makes it so interesting that Anakin's the one accepting it, that he's killed Anakin.
Which makes it all the more, it makes it all more tragic.
Even more tragic and sad. Yeah.
Here's God damn it. The real Jekyll and Hyde of Anakin and the dark side, Anakin and Vader, like, comes out because, like, before he it creeps in with the smirk, he says, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker," and you can see there's a fucking tear rolling down Anakin's face. And
God, Hayden's so good here.
And then the smirk comes in and says, "I did." God damn it! It cuts back to Obi-Wan, and my favorite thing ever when the prop saber is reflected in the eyeballs because
same,
and it's glowing, and Obi-Wan's crying even more.
Yeah,
and then now the blue has disappeared from Vader, and it's going full red.
Full red.
And he says, "The same way I will destroy you." He's just all in, and
he's all destruction, and
God, Obi-Wan's broken.
That's a good point you make, though, Nathan. Like the whole Jekyll and Hyde of it all, because, like I was saying, Anakin is so he feels, and this I was mentioning pre-podcast in terms of Anakin and the Charles Soule issue. He's accepting what he is. He's accepting his path. He realized if he was to look down, get that introspective angle on himself, all he'll find is his failure with Obi-Wan. He'll find his failure with Padme, especially, and he'll find the anger that he feels for the Jedi Council. There's so many emotions bottled within him that it's easy for him to just say, "I've killed Anakin," and move on to protecting the galaxy, giving order to the galaxy, and serving the one person that helped him, Sidious, which is pretty sick. And we see that later in the episode, which I love that they include Sidious here because it's so integral to his current character. But I'll talk about it later. But yeah, so I like that Anakin's just like, I have killed Anakin Skywalker, because at this point he's pretty much dead. Which is also going back to what Kenobi says to Luke in the original trilogy, which is crazy. And
an additional line here, once he says, "I will destroy you," Obi-Wan still breaking down. He says, "Then my friend is truly dead."
Come on.
When Luke said,
"What are you showing me?"
Come on. And goddamn it, fucking the Return of the Jedi-fication where Luke said, "Then my father is truly dead."
Yeah. The next number one line there, where he says goodbye. Just goodbye, Darth.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Darth.
As Anakin's just, goddamn, Anakin is just
sitting there.
He's standing there wheezing.
His saber
up. He's
still ignited. He hasn't deignited his saber.
Yeah, he's still trying to kill him.
He's still trying. He says, "You will die." He's still trying to kill him, even though he is incapable of moving at this point. He is still fueled by that anger, which is just so heartbreaking.
Joby Harold, my boy,
man, King of Arthur. I told you.
Anakin, he's like he's stumbling. He's trying. And then he collapses down, and he's just yelling for Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, and it cuts to Hayden's voice too.
It does.
Which I did not expect to hear. You don't hear a lot of outbursts. Besides, no, I'm kidding. But you don't hear that a lot of outbursts from a character like Anakin. Or Anakin, you expect this from. Vader, you wouldn't really expect him to get such an outburst. Like, this isn't really like him.
Such a powerful being.
Maul was like that.
Maul's
we've heard Maul. Maul is completely different. He's a much more out there. He's a much more chaotic character than Vader, who's more resentful but calm and destructive in a calm way. Yeah. But yeah, hearing Anakin just yell Kenobi was just so fascinating and so sad to hear.
It is sad just to think that, like, not only did, like, he reached, like, Anakin reached the lowest point of his life, and he was burning alive after his brother cut off all his limbs and left him for dead. But, like, he entered a rematch, like, I will finally have revenge for that, and he loses again.
Right.
in a similar fashion.
I love
he's
that
left
this-
broken again. He can't move. Again.
I love this. It's almost like they're fighting in a graveyard, you know?
Oh,
That's what I kind of love about this fight.
It does look like that.
Yeah, one of those old haunted graveyards where,
Mhm.
like in those old horror movies, they have the graveyard with fog all over it.
Right, like the passion is still burning, but it's just like it's an old flame, and it's different than just like the craziness of Mustafar at the heat of that.
That's a good point. You could kind of like, in terms of symbolism, say like, you know, after the fire is done, like a fire burning house, there's still that smoke that remains. Like, there's still in this whole planet is just still that fog of war.
Like it never stops burning.
That fog of war hasn't really. Yeah, you're right. Like it hasn't really stopped. It's still there. And I think while he's screaming Kenobi, it's his pain. His pain towards Kenobi, because he kind of connects Kenobi to that pain. Is still there, and even though he's killed hundreds, thousands of Jedi up to this point, he still can't kill the one Jedi that means the most to him. Yep. Oh my God, it just hurts so much, and he's still going to be having that pain in his next scene. But I love this. This whole battle was just thrilling to watch and thrilling to like understand and break down, because it meant so much for Kenobi. Obviously, this is the height of his character arc in terms of the series. But it equally meant as much, as we just talked about, to Anakin, which makes this fight so good. Because breaking down Anakin's psychology is just as interesting.
Oh yeah, but Obi-Wan makes his way back. We just had a scene where Reva is encroaching on Luke, who got knocked out. Our poor 10-year-old boy.
I would have beat Reva's ass. No, I'm kidding. No. Luke did his best. He couldn't do much.
He's a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Even more pain here. We have to see Hayden's face, Order 66 again.
Yeah.
In like a new close-up shot. I'm like, fuck.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot that.
It's a lot more like focus of like him like looking down, kind of like
he's like
judgmental in a way.
Kid fist up.
That
was his noise.
The most extra death.
It was, but she's trying, and it's like flashing, just like you are him if you do this, and she can't do it. And even like when she was looking down, she wasn't seeing Luke anymore. She saw herself. Ow.
Yeah. And might I just say, this whole Reva stuff, starting with the scene where she defeats Luke, when she looks down at Luke, but can't do what she has to do, or they kind of cut away to it. But everything from here on is peak redemption. I'll get into it in a second.
That's perfect.
But this is peak redemption. Don't give me that sacrifice. I'm so glad Deborah Chow is smart.
She's alive.
She's alive. There's no BS sacrifice.
Let's go.
But no. But yeah, there's no sacrifice. There's no mystery to her death. Is she alive? Is she what? No. Complete, utter redemption, and I loved it. Yeah, we'll get to it.
Finally. And then now she's coming back. She's holding Luke.
Which is such a religious scene to it, right? Where it's like
Prince of Egypt vibes.
Yes.
Where it's like she's bridal carrying Luke, and it's slightly funny. We're all just like looking at it for like a couple of seconds there, but it's just a very interesting movement from here. I love this entire scene.
Owen and Brew just confused as hell. They don't.
Yeah, right? They're like,
they're like, should we approach? Should we?
They're just like, I'm not gonna ask anything. Obi-Wan's got the fuck.
It's so interesting. Yeah, and then Luke turns over.
Oh yeah, Luke is just like for a while. Luke's like,
he burps.
And then Owen and Brew are so sweet. They just go right in and grab him, and I'm
so glad they didn't say anything to Reva. It's just no words need to be said.
It doesn't need to be said.
Right? It's just like,
there's nothing that can be said, and
exactly
we all are aware. She's just sitting. She's just sitting there in guilt. She's like,
"Oh no!"
This scene is so good.
Walk
us through this line because they're peak.
Reva crying.
Okay.
Somehow said it.
Oh, thank you, Steps.
Obi-Wan walking up to her. She's just
Obi-Wan exhausted.
She's
I thought
tearfully. I couldn't do it.
Obi-Wan's
Obi-Wan's getting closer. I couldn't do it. I failed them. God, she's like looking at like Luke walking away.
Again, I like that. I failed them. She's always been thinking about those Jedi.
And those were her family. That was her family.
And I couldn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, he killed them all, and I couldn't do it. Like, that's so good. Like for a Sith, for somebody entranced in the dark side, it's bad. But like for Jedi, that's good. You made the decision when the decision was there to not do it. And
Obi-Wan immediately consoling. He said, "You haven't failed them. By showing mercy, you have given them peace.
You've given them peace." That is what they wanted, Reva. They didn't want you to go down this path of vengeance to the dark side. They weren't in peace. Those 10 years of you planning your revenge, that wasn't what they kind of wanted. They wanted you to live. They wanted you to live your life.
You have honored them.
They wanted, exactly. As Jedi, as just beyond just Jedi, as friends.
As just a human being.
As a human being, they're honored that she is making the right choice.
And she's still crying, and she just asked, "Have I become him?"
Obi-Wan, having just come from this fight, says, no, you haven't.
And he says, "You have chosen not to."
Which for everything, George Lucas has always said it: kill as many people as you want. It always comes down to one choice. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, like for Vader. It always comes down to a choice. What choice do you choose to make in a pivotal moment? You'll see it when it happens. Vader had that choice with Luke and turned the Jedi. All it takes is one choice. Reva had the choice here. All it takes is one choice. Redemption.
Ben Solo had his choice. I'm sorry.
Obi-Wan's got a line here. It says, "Who you become now."
This is the best line.
That is up to you.
Beautiful.
This is what say it again, Nathan. Say it again. This is
what you do now, or fuck, what did he say? I'll rewind him.
What you do now is up to you.
Yes.
Pause that shit.
What you become now is up to you.
Which is
thank you.
Perfect. That is the peak redemption line. This is what I wanted. It all come back to Ben for me. But this is what I wanted. Just Ben Solo to be said to Ben Solo. Like, you are able to
standing on the outskirts of the rebel resistance base. Some fucking
wistful music.
Lando comes up to him. I don't know. Fucking Lando.
Yeah, right.
Somebody.
Like this is what Ben Solo should have had. This is what Zuko had in After Last Airbender.
Yep.
Like this is what you choose to be. This is your path. Whatever you want, your atonement begins now. Like you are able to live your life now.
God, it's great. She just she holds up her saber one last time, reflecting it, and then she just throws it to the ground.
Tross, right?
Tross.
Like, Ben throws.
You guys see that edit of Grievous running
into the sand dunes.
Oh fuck! Obi-Wan says, "Now you're free."
Now you are free.
So am I.
This is
we both are.
We both are free. Anakin or Kenobi unshackled from the guilt and pain he got from Anakin. He now understands Anakin is where he is by his own choosing. Reva
he makes that separation.
He makes that separation, exactly. Reva then is also unshackled by her survivor's guilt. She is free from the pain of what happened in Order 66, and she's able to now, and free from her path of revenge. She's able to now.
She's only 20 in there,
right? It's like she has so much opportunity. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see what she does next.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Even if it's just comics or something.
Comics.
Give it.
I would love a Reva novel.
Are you gonna read Nathan?
Audiobook.
I'm reading the subtitles. Baby steps, baby.
Yes. But
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
But yeah,
that's not the one. What's the? Never mind.
This entire scene is just so powerful. It is evocative of what I love about Star Wars. Ben throwing away the saber into the waters of Kefir. And then
got it.
Was it Kefir?
Good job.
But I only know that
Cape Fear, yeah.
I only played Lego Star Wars. Not Cape Fear. Not with that Robert De Niro. No, that's whatever. Anyways,
Target.
Sean Penn. But I love Reva burying her saber in Tatooine. Hopefully somebody doesn't dig it out. Yeah, but I just
looks like, what's this? No. Timeline breaks. Huh? Oh no.
But yeah, this is peak redemption. Beautiful dialogue from Deborah, Joby, everybody involved. They're both free. This is the full circle. This series, like I say, from a lot of the series that aren't good or series that are good, when you can get a good, clear, concise arc from beginning to episode 1 to the end of wherever you end. From beginning of episode 1, you can tell like Kenobi is shackled by his guilt, his fear. He's not living a great life. But now in this one, he is saying he is free. He's able to move on to live his life, as we see in the next half of the episode.
And that's so beautiful because you have that whole sentiment of just like, you don't have to hold on to the past and you're free. Cut immediately to Mustafar. And
pain!
And Vader's like, the probes are tracking every system within range.
We must find
We will destroy everything in our path until he is found. And
like,
Palpatine's just like,
no.
You're just a child in a mask.
Basically. They just cut to Palpatine. He's just like,
He's just sitting there.
He's like, you seem agitated, my friend. You motherfucker.
This is classic Palpatine right
Classic Palpatine.
I hate him so much.
Did he say my friend?
Yeah, he said my friend.
Oh, that's painful. That's
damn
painful.
time. The manipulation. And Vader immediately, he's like, he will not evade me again. He still wants him. And is like, I wonder if your thoughts. Sorry, it's taking a while. Are clear on this, Lord Vader.
Yeah.
Like,
again, Palpatine's main goal concerning Anakin is to not utter the words Anakin. And anybody who is related or any kind of connection to Anakin should be severed. Which means it's not a bad thing that Kenobi's dead, but Vader's obsession with Kenobi is not good for his ultimate goal. Vader, you're supposed to be my immovable machine. You are my instrument of destruction.
And this line,
I don't want you,
Palpatine immediately says after, he says, perhaps your feelings for your old master have left you weakened.
Which is perfect. It gives us an explanation towards the fight. This is why Vader lost. His connection to Kenobi, as much as Kenobi was weakened by his connection to Anakin, it's like Vader was much more weakened by his connection to Kenobi during that fight. He still can't let go. He's still shackled. He's not free. Unlike the scene before between Reva and Kenobi, he is not free. He is in his literal prison on Mustafar, where he died, where he became Vader.
Home.
This is not his home. This is hell.
If the Inquisitor base is a tomb, this is a prison.
This is a prison. I literally have that in my notes. Vader is back on his prison in Mustafar.
And after Palpatine said that, like, Vader was just sitting very still. He's very stunned because he's just. And then Palpatine says, "If your past cannot be overcome, Kenobi means nothing." Vader says. He took a step back,
and then he says,
And Palpatine just smiles. Vader says, "I serve only you."
Oh,
my
master. Right there. Pain. And
then immediately Palpatine hangs up.
Wait, I think that's a Palpatine.
Cut the cameras.
Palpatine needs to do those check-ins with Vader. It's very I hate to bring
it's
everything
like
back
reverse there. It's like gaslight therapy.
Yeah.
It's like making sure that you're like still.
It's like
evil.
I just want to make sure that you're exactly like I still want to make sure you're still evil. You're still with me. I'm your friend. You serve me all the time.
Don't be a little bitch.
But you're my friend. Like I don't want you to be shackled by Kenobi, right? And he's trying to get him to say the words. Kenobi means nothing, even though Palpatine and Vader both know, like, you still have those thoughts. It's not until even after A New Hope, he's still shackled by it. But yeah, I just like how Palpatine's like, get back to the mission. Your mission is to serve the galaxy, basically. Paraphrasing.
This shot, this like final shot in the castle is wild. It's just Vader alone. He's in just this big empty room, this blank canvas of a home, with just a thin enough slit to show why he's here, and like I said, his hell. It varies his purgatory. He's just stuck.
He's all alone.
He's stuck in this suit. He's stuck on this planet. He's stuck in this life.
He's stuck in his life. He's stuck serving somebody of a higher power than him. He's stuck serving his
doesn't
master.
It cut right to Alderaan? I believe. Hold
on, let me see. But also, like he's stuck serving the one who took it all from him. Really.
Yeah. You're right. Sidious's the one that took everything from Vader. It's not as much as he can blame himself and blame Kenobi. Sidious is also the ultimate manipulator, but he's also stuck serving that guy in hell for the next until Luke arrives. Really, Luke
watch your career with great interest.
Yeah, and this is still pre fucking Ahsoka, and he has to hammer it down to Ahsoka in like 5 years from now.
Yep.
And then it's not until he sees the light in Luke decades from now that he's able to get out of that prison.
Ouch.
It's just so
You see that
hurtful. But still, this is a very good end point for Anakin's arc within this series.
Within this show.
Yeah.
Within the show. It's very good. It's like he's back where he was where he first started out as.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So then we go from the Imperial March to
Right.
Great.
birds chirping.
Birds chirping.
Chirp,
I
chirp.
love how it cuts to Alderaan because it's symbolic and that Anakin's trapped here and Leia is really being set free to come into her
This
own.
is the most peaceful planet you will ever find.
Leia's set free here to become her own person and figure out her future, you know.
Yeah. God, I bet this planet is like 0 carbon emissions. Like
Oh yeah. Negative.
Beautiful.
But yeah, then Leia, she's dressing herself. No handmaidens or anything. It's just she's getting ready by herself. She's accepted her responsibilities.
Right.
In a sense, she's grown. But also with the holster, and she's just little Leia. It's so cute.
Tala legacy.
Yeah, and then her mom comes in and is just like, "Oh, you're ready."
I love it.
A holster? Yeah, we don't have weapons here. But
You're not getting a blaster.
yeah.
But I like every character has good arcs, which I love about a good series. It has good characters having arcs of their own. And for Leia, at the beginning, she was not ready to go about her duties as Princess of Alderaan, and now she is.
And then
She's able to go up there with Bail, with her mom, and greet the.
Who is it
surprise-
today? More
Greet the
cousins.
surprise visit.
well,
More
she's-
cousins.
it was great. She says, "You said there were many ways to lead," and Bale says, "Looks like I was right."
Oh, so good.
If I'm going to do this, I'm going to want to change a few things, and I think Bale says, "Then we'll change them together.
We'll change it. We'll figure that out together.
Change things together." So, God damn it!
And
Oh,
she does. Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch Rogue One. Like, don't go back. Don't go to Alderaan.
Don't go back to Alderaan. This is not right. But yeah, and then Kenobi comes out of this ship, and you get one of the most heartwarming goodbyes I've ever seen.
Yeah, like, it's so cute because this is cute in 2 ways. Because like she sees Obi-Wan and like she's happy, obviously, but then Lola comes on, she's even more happy. 'Cause
Ah!
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, Lola."
My cat. Like,
Right, like, fuck you, Obi-Wan. No one cares. Give me Lola.
and Obi-Wan is just like, who am I to separate a droid from her? Then
We get one of the
Oh,
most genuine
man.
laughs in this conversation when she says, like, eventually, like, you need rest. And he just like burst out laughing. Like, it's one of the most genuine laughs. Jalen even said, like, was that ad-lib? Because it felt so
It probably
much
was. I
like
feel like it was.
Ewan. It felt such like
Yeah.
a genuine laugh. Like, he's right. I do need rest. Like, I need to sleep.
And I wonder if they shot it. It probably shot at the end of the show or something.
Yeah.
And so he was already feeling tired from like shooting the entire fucking show. So he's I bet it was like that.
You need some sleep. Like, I really do.
But this is great. He hugs Bale, just full on hug.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "We can never repay you." And Obi-Wan says, "Well, she has already done that."
She helped him out. She helped him grow.
Oh, God. Bale's like, "I fear for her future. The Empire
says
grows
don't,
stronger
Every day. And/or.
and bolder." And what does Obi-Wan say? He always says, "Well, if you ever need my help again, you know where to find me." It's New Hope. Let's hope that day never comes. Fuck.
Wow.
Hope you say?
We got 9 years.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Cassie right now going through the shit.
Let the girls speak.
Just let the girl speak.
Yeah, Cassian right now in the shit of it.
What is she proposing?
There is no hope.
Send all your troops. Sorry.
And get this man a shield.
And
Yeah, he laughs and it's great. So yeah, I think you're right.
all right, now okay, tee us up.
This-
Peak fucking pain. I'm crying in the club during this scene.
Yeah, he says, all right. He says, "Leia, when I said before that I didn't know your parents,
I'm already.
I lied.
Princess Leia Organa.
Whew.
You are wise, discerning, kind-hearted. These are qualities that came from your mother. But you are also passionate and fearless, forthright, and these are gifts from your father.
Fuck!
This is where I started. I was crying. I started bawling. I was like, I woke up in the morning and I was like, to watch the episode, and I was like, is it too early? Am I awake enough to even cry? And I got here and I was like, both were exceptional people, he says. Who bore an exceptional daughter.
He fully makes the separation as Anakin and is choosing to remember Anakin in that way, which I just...
and he says, I wish I could tell you more. And Leia looks at her parents and says, it's okay, you don't have to.
Oh, fuck. I love it.
He just says, thank you. Will I ever see you again, fucking Phantom Menace? No!
Pain.
Oh! He says, maybe. Someday. If you ever need help from a tired old man.
And I just realized...
But we must be careful.
She only sees him across the way.
Yeah. In the Death Star, right before.
On the Death Star.
They never have a talk.
Sacrificing himself in front of Vader. They never say...
Okay, and then when you do see that moment again, and Obi-Wan, the last thing Obi-Wan sees is Luke and Leia together, and they got this.
That's criminal. I fucking no. Fuck.
Oh, it makes the scene in New Hope so much more powerful.
Much better. Yeah.
It's like Vader is not sacrificing himself just for Luke.
Yeah.
Like he's sacrificing himself for Leia as well, because
he realizes that they got this.
They got this. Yeah.
Right.
So good.
And
I also, before this finale, I was hoping, like, are we getting the Padme named up? He didn't utter the words Padme, which I'm still a little bit upset about. Like, okay, just say the words. But I was like,
5 letters.
Did Natalie do something to Lucasfilm? Like, is there like a no Padme clause right now? It's really weird. Anyway,
no, I mean,
in the books.
Apparently, she visited the TLJ set, which is
I know, which was great. I'm like, just say the words Padme, guys. You can say it. You can say it. But I do like the Padme, because Padme, we brought it up last week, where Padme has like been a ghost throughout this series in a good way.
Yeah.
In terms of like honoring them, her, and I do like how Kenobi just straight up says like you were like your mother in these ways, which just brings so much good Padme content. This is what I needed. I'll take it.
Yeah. So then Leia says goodbye and they hug. And
Beautiful.
Obi-Wan says, goodbye, princess. May the Force be with you.
I'm weak. I'm in tears.
That was a beautiful, fantastic scene.
The Force theme playing. Fuck. Damn it. I need therapy.
Leia's emboldened. She comes to understand. And I like when, you said it, Nathan, when Kenobi is talking to her about her parents, and he said, I'm sorry, I can't say more. And Leia looks over to Bail and the mom, and she's like, "I'm fine. Like these are my parents.
These are my parents.
These are the people that helped make me who I am."
Immediately, Obi-Wan enters on the ship. He hasn't even the doors haven't closed yet, but she runs back to her parents, giving a big old hug.
Yeah, because those are the people that she's. And I'm so happy we got. I'm blanking on the mom's name. What's the mom's name? Bail.
I feel like it starts with an F.
Fenral.
No.
I know.
Is that Favreau's character?
Austin.
But either way, I'm so happy that those two got great content in this series. I loved them in Leia, Princess of Alderaan, but I like their roles here in terms of guiding Leia coming to love them, because she runs away from them all the time as a kid in the first episode and the second episode. So I like that she has come to accept who she is and accept her parents and be the best version of herself.
Yeah. Then we go back to Obi-Wan. He's in
Obi-Wan.
He's clearing out the cave, baby.
Yeah, he's moving out. His semester's over.
Cleaning out the apartment.
But no, he's wrapping everything up. I love the goddamn themes every time anything does this, where like a character goes through so much inner turmoil and then they come out on top, and then they're dressed in brightly colored clothes.
Yep. comic outfit.
It is a comic outfit, which is cool. But so Obi-Wan's making a pit stop. He comes to the Lars homestead. Yopi grunts.
The pain isn't over yet.
No, it's not. Luke's just working on some of the things, doing chores, and
some power converters.
And this is the best because
what are you doing here?
Luke hasn't been inspired Luke hasn't been inspired to really like be a kid yet and like be himself because he's always been so. I mean, even in New Hope, it's a thing, but like
they don't really like let him like do his own thing. It's always like, Luke, where are you? We need this
like
thing.
even when they brought him into town in that one scene that he does have in this, it's like, oh, go find the parts for we need this for the very tactile, and so here it's almost like he unlocked that potential in Luke a little bit, and I love that like, but it's not like, hey, like you need to be destined to become somebody. It's more just like, hey, like. Be who you need to be.
I like that Kenobi has come to realize that because
just as he did with Leia.
Episode 1, episode 2, he's like he needs to train Owen. He needs to know what he's whatever like what he's capable of.
Yeah, and he's trusting the responsibility of Owen and Beru, which is the also the number 2 best part about this scene is that he trust is just equally part of being a Jedi as is protecting. Because you can't do everything alone, and you can't grind and chip away to try to make perfection and make somebody into something like the Jedi Council essentially tried to do to thousands and thousands of younglings and suppressing all these different things from them. Yeah. He realizes that Luke has everything he needs, which I think is beautiful to the end of the series.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was using the excuse that like. Luke needs to be protected by me, but it's like Owen and Beru are doing as they shown in this finale. They're plenty capable of defending Luke, so it's like we don't really need you here. Like Obi-Wan served nothing in terms of saving Luke this episode. Yeah, but so it's like it was very good for him to realize like that he's in good hands. I'm gonna let him enjoy being a kid.
Yeah, and so their dialogue's going, and Owen says, "I thought you were gonna keep your distance." He says, "And I will." And he says, "You were right. He just needs to be a boy." They look back at him, and he's just, he's doing his chores, and he says, "The future will take care of itself."
The Force works. The Force works.
God.
And then
the only protection he needs now.
And then he says, "The fucking
is you."
No. I'm talking about Owen's line. Owen's line.
Yeah, hold on. Obi-Wan says, "Take good care of him." Sorry, there's emotional beats. Not everything's rushed. Owen says, under his breath, he says, "I will." And then he calls back. And he says,
"Ben."
Does he call him Ben? I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see.
Get your ass over here.
Ben? He's like, Ben? He sighs.
I love Joel so much.
Perfect delivery here.
Great. God damn it. You want to meet him?
Fuck! I'm crying.
He does the head right now. He does the head thing. It's like, come on, get over here.
Obi-Wan is like, he's happy. He's like, really?
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, and he grabs the toy.
Yeah, he's got the. God, fuck damn, the T-60. So good. He's just walking up, and Luke's just standing there, all Sean.
Oh boy.
He walks up. He
says the thing. Hello? But it's so wholesome.
It is.
So
it's very
wholesome.
endearing.
Come on.
It's very endearing. I wasn't just like fan service. It genuinely is endearing. I love it. And then it cuts away. We don't
need to see it. Desert. Perfect.
It's a beautiful moment. Thinking about it, like you were saying, yeah, definitely like Obi-Wan trusts that Owen will take good care of Luke. But then I think like there's also like the view in A New Hope. Obi-Wan isn't always like, he's not always 100% with Owen. Because come A New Hope, he's like, Luke's like, oh, I gotta get back to my chores and they're gonna be mad. And Obi-Wan's just like, oh, that's your uncle talking. Because like he sees like Luke is 19 at that point. He's just like your life has to begin.
Yeah.
And they're just so overprotective. And I mean, after that raid, rightfully so. Especially with the whole burden of like the whole twin ideals. Anyway, of course, they've taken that to heart so deeply.
Yeah, who wouldn't? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like that Luke, who had a minimal screen time, eventually also helps out Obi-Wan throughout the course of the series by just
absolutely
Obi-Wan realizing Luke's path here.
Yeah.
It's different, but it has to be different. The Force will work out for itself.
And then Obi-Wan is making his way into the ridge that we go to in A New Hope that Luke makes his way.
Then he gets hit by a Jawa.
Yeah. She owed me for that fucking part I stole, you bitch. I had a tribe to feed.
Get your ass over here. Then a Krayt Dragon swallows up Kenobi. Credits. Oh shit.
Season 2.
Holy shit.
Attack of the Jawas. No.
Obi-Wan versus Boba Fett.
Hell yeah.
But no, little mirage haze in the distance, and there's like a little glow, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like, at last. And he's back! They found the wig, I guess. What's that thing?
The dirty ass wig.
Goddamn, Master Qui-Gon. Goddamn it, he has like a glove. Look at him.
I fucking love it, dude.
Perfect.
I saw the tweet that was going around that was like, Liam Neeson after 23 years returns, and he says the most sassiest shit ever.
Yeah.
He says, well, took you long enough.
Yeah, it's the most Qui-Gon shit ever. Like,
you out of your shit, because he says the same line to Obi-Wan in the Phantom Menace. Like, you're always looking beyond Obi-Wan. Look ahead. Stop looking ahead. Look what you have right here now.
Still looking to the right.
Yeah, and and that's why it's perfect that he shows up now, is because he figured out his shit.
Oh, and Obi-Wan
got his shit together.
And it's great. It's fucking audience self-put, like, beginning to think you'd never come. And Qui-Gon's dialogue is great. He's like, I was always here, Obi-Wan. You just were not ready to see.
Great. Perfect.
Oh.
It's why Qui-Gon's top 10 characters of Star Wars for me. I love Qui-Gon. I love Qui-Gon.
God damn it. This fucking wig where it's like the hair is hanging, but like one's too long.
Oh no.
He uneven cut it. It's great. I think that was accurate. Yeah. But he says, come on, we've got a ways to go. And I'm just like, all right, Obi-Wan's got friends.
A journey of enlightenment to still come. It's never.
Yeah.
The journey of life goes on. It's not even about I didn't even interpret it just as a Force thing. It's just like, man, you got to keep going. Yeah. Like Roken says, like, this is just the beginning. Like,
just the beginning, but also
he can still help out in small ways, like as we see his impact in this series too.
Perfect ending, but great tease for season 2, honestly. Because...
Don't you dare.
Anyway, directed by Deborah Chow.
Thank you, Deborah.
Bravo.
This is one of the most.
Every episode it ends, I always say, Deborah, what are you doing to me?
This is one of the most concise, clear visions for a Star Wars live action show that I've seen so far. This is what I like. I mean, I guess that has to do with her directing all the episodes, her having a hand in the writing of every episode, and her having, again, a clear vision for the character of Kenobi. She says this in every interview. I came on board because I wanted to tell a journey for Obi-Wan, and that she did. She accomplished that through the use of astonishing, very well fleshed out side characters. Some more than others, but all of them were affected by Kenobi, and Kenobi affected them in just the right ways with Rogan, Tala, Leia, Luke, Reva, Anakin. So I loved a lot of these characters that you don't see this a lot in like Book of Boba Fett or Mando, that every character had a purpose. And Obi-Wan leaves the show with peace and purpose. Again, Last Jedi.
Absolutely.
It makes me want to go watch A New Hope now, just to like,
for real, yeah,
just feel the peace,
the true sequel,
full peace, but just
the
recontextualization,
the payoff of everything, yeah.
This was an incredible series, incredible. Because I think episode 1 and 2 we had the pleasure of seeing at Star Wars Celebration. Really liked those 2 episodes. Came back home for Celebration, like, okay, 3's gonna turn it down a little bit. We get Anakin versus Kenobi in episode 3 out of nowhere, which is crazy. I love that episode. Introduced us to Tala. 4, we got a highest episode with Leia. Great stuff with Reva. 5 and 6 back to back, heartbreaking episodes. This is just pound for pound. There's not one weak episode of the series for me.
I would go 6, 1, 2.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, no, I forgot 5. Sorry.
I'm gonna say what's 5.
Get back here.
I'll go 6, 1, 5, 3, 2, 4.
I agree. That's my same list. I think
I think I had I went with
you did 6, 5, 1, right?
6, 5, 3. 2, 1, 4.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of Carson. 6, 5, because 1 was a great.
Great pilot.
1 was great.
I think
6, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4. Yeah, 3 to 4. 2 gave us like fun.
Yeah, the Leia
undersea Leia Obi-Wan stuff. Great.
I'm just.
Oh, and he first saw Anakin in the episode. Heard.
Yeah,
the
the
Anakin's still alive. Obi-Wan. Good delivery from Moses. Man, this show.
Anakin.
Holy shit!
He's back!
He's back! Everyone in the crowd just going fucking nuts.
Haynes like 20 feet away.
Literally.
Take us back.
That was still insane that they sat everybody like right there. That was so surreal.
Take us back, baby.
I'm still stunned. We were like ahead enough in line to get that good of seats down front.
Yeah. We need to get good seats, didn't we?
Good seats and good popcorn, right?
Never again.
Yum yum.
Never again. Good seats.
Don't do this.
We're watching Bad Batch, and we're like,
hey, you know what? Tales of the Jedi, we had good
we were
seats.
Together.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think Tales was probably the best.
That was peak. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
are we late to Bad Batch? We got there on time. Okay.
We were so early.
So early. They lied to us.
We were so early in that line too.
They lied to us.
Did everybody, every panel, every lottery person redeem their ticket that day? I swear.
Bullshit.
It was so bad that like because we kept trying like the next entry. Oh, it's full. The next one. We should have just like right to the end.
Fuck it. Yeah.
What sucks is like every fucking day we learn a new tool in our skill tree, but then we get a brand new video game where our skill tree's back to 0 and we gotta go.
It doesn't even fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Every
no
damn convention center is different.
No new game plus. Maybe the next DLC.
But
overall
I'm looking at the final credit for Hayden Christensen on the screen.
I love seeing Ian McDermott in the credits again.
Don't go. Please don't go.
He's going to be in Ahsoka.
I know, but fuck.
Ian is timeless, man. Came in the series, did exactly what he needed to do. Emperor Palpatine is always one of my top 3 favorite characters in all of Star Wars. Before Kylo came around, Palpatine was like number 1.
Did you see what he did to our boy?
All the time. And sorry, Anakin. But everybody. Ben, yeah. Palpatine's an asshole.
Every commentary, I was like, we can stop it now.
He's my.
Don't let him go.
Yeah, Ian came in here and just knocked out of the park just for what, a minute? A dialogue with Anakin and Vader.
A hologram.
But yeah, everybody. Rupert Friend as the Grand Inquisitor was very good.
I hope we see him again.
Me too.
Cool.
Yeah. Performances across the board are very good.
The potential rumored Cal Kestis show.
I put that in my show notes. We can talk about that in a second.
Because you watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. Miss Marvel.
I mean,
he displayed Miss Marvel.
I would. Can you imagine Reva showing up in Fallen Order as like a redeemed like?
I'd love that.
That'd be incredible.
That'd be incredible, and she could do the mocap performance and the voice and everything. Like,
So yeah, what do you guys think of the series as a whole? Where would you? Yeah,
I like it better than Mandalorian. I'll say it.
I think it is my favorite fucking live action Disney Plus show.
Yeah, better than Boba Fett, better than Mandalorian.
I might like it more than Bad Batch for personal attachment.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
it's hard, but like,
I think for me, it's a show with the most purpose, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a show with the most like message with it.
It's wild because initially, like, just with how we were seeing all the shows go, I was like, okay, this one's probably the most fan servicey one, and you know, I'm already like, okay, yeah, sure. But then each episode was like, no, come here, we got you.
Yeah, which was so refreshing.
That's a great point, Nathan. Yeah, because we all came into this like
the Bad Batchification.
We all came into this like we're so big time. We're so tired of these character stories like Boba Fett, the series, Kenobi, the series, Andor, the series. Like,
right.
But like Kenobi really, like we were so nervous because rematch of this century. They're hyping that up with the press and everything. But each episode is so character driven, and that's like what makes a series for me. What makes a television show for me.
Such a good villain too.
Being character driven, Reva and Anakin back to back, just great characters. Yeah. But yeah, this series, I agree with you guys. It's just I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. Only criticism is like I'll agree with you guys. Some of the production value,
that I did want to bring that. That's
sure.
Like for TV, it's like phenomenal. Like what they accomplished. Part of me wishes this was a 2.5 hour movie. With double the budget, you know what I mean, in terms of overall. But I'm glad I think the story overtakes the medium here, and I'm glad it was told, and I think it was beautifully done by the last episode, and I think I checked all the boxes for me in terms of what I wanted to the emotional tapestry during this time.
Yeah. Nathan?
Thank you, Mr. Harris.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Let's go. I'm the Neville. Yeah, I don't get you guys. I don't see it. I really don't. I never see it.
I'm the same way. Maybe it's that like when I'm watching it, I do see like, okay, this is different from a show than like even Miss Marvel, but I can see the production value is probably lower than even that show. But it's just like I can see it, but I just don't. It's not something that I
could just tell that they made it on a TV schedule.
Yes.
Yes. Not that they didn't put as much love and care and everything into it. It's just I know they had to shoot so much.
Does it? Well, I want to. Two things. I don't think this should have been a movie.
Finish my point.
Oh, sorry. You go. You go first.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that just in terms of like whether it's like the production quality of the sets, I didn't really like have an issue just because like I've always seen Star Wars like was built on such simplicity in its designs and its sets that like just seeing like
the base on
Jabim,
it looked horrible. They looked like they were in a little room.
I mean, they were quite crowded around. I guess I can feel the claustrophobia.
That's my only thing. That's literally my only thing. I'm like it's because I'm so we're so hyper aware, and it just like kind
which
of
I think is
short when we're so aware of the show. But like,
I mean, I can also see like here and there like some of the effects regarding I think like the spaceships. Like I mean they're good effects. It's just like you can see like they're not as they don't have enough I guess time to like put the weight into some of like the movements with it here and there. So like some of them can move kind of abruptly, like whether it's like Vader stopping the ship and it's like a quick freeze, or like even like there was a shot like close up where like Obi-Wan's ship was turning out of frame. Like I was like, okay, I can see maybe it has like 95% out of its 100 texture that it could have had, sure, but you know it's stuff like that. It goes so fast that I don't really like linger on it much. Now I'm focused on the character and the story and everything else. Like the set designs are handcrafted so beautifully.
Yeah, I think for me I have two things. Like I don't think it should have been a movie because I in terms of budget, sure, but I think if it's a movie, we're cutting out so many integral things. Like, would Tala even be a character if this was a movie? Would Roken be a character?
Probably no Tala. Probably less Reva.
Keep in mind, the runtime of the show is only.
I heard it. What 227?
227. 270 minutes. I think it's 260 minutes. So it's
how long is that?
That's nearly 5
I think
hours.
that's a little bit longer than I thought. I think 260 is longer than I thought. I heard 227 from Twitter.
That's at least like 4.5 hours.
Hold on, let me check something.
Because I heard one said like
12, 18, 24.
Yeah, look it up. Because I think somebody said 227. Cut an hour from that, and then you get like a good movie, right? But I think like if we cut like an hour, if we cut 30, if we cut 45 minutes is like a single episode from this series, and I can't see us. would we go to a planet like Episode 2? Would we go to that planet and meet Camille Nanjiani's character?
Would we have
the Inquisitor
side of
mission?
Yeah, the where Obi-Wan needs to start getting his group back.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I think cutting it into a movie would just decrease it in terms of a story perspective. But having said that, I do agree with you guys, especially in the era where television is outpacing just.
Okay, it's 227 without recaps and credits.
Like I just said. But yeah, I think what people are saying there, Carson, is like it's 227 without whatever. Cut an hour from that and get like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, 2 hour.
Or maybe cut 45, you get a 2.5-hour movie. But I think it's still too risky for me. I don't think when I was recapping these episodes that there's a ton of things I would just be like, oh, that can go away. Sure, you can have some stuff maybe in terms of action sequences, but I don't want it. But either way, though, I do agree. It is weird. This is Disney we're talking about. When we're watching at the same time a show like Stranger Things or a show that Game of Thrones, right? Yeah. It's like
okay, that is.
But no. But why are they? This HBO, that's Warner Brothers. This is Disney, a bigger studio than Warner Brothers.
Disney's probably the biggest, richest studio. It is. I will agree.
Isn't that kind of weird? No, even outside of criticism, it's just kind of weird. It's like why do? And I'm bringing Mando into this, even though Mando I think is mastered the use of volume and practicality the most. Because even that one episode of Book of Boba Fett with the Mando episode, that looks stunning when he's on that one moon treasure planet looking shit.
Yeah.
I mean that looks really good. Why do Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi look different from Mando when they're both using the volume?
I guess it's probably just a matter of a time and availability.
I think pandemic shoots. I think.
Okay.
Sure.
I think Mando season 1 and 2, season 2 especially looked great. Like there's not a lot of season 2 stuff where I'm like that looks. Occasionally there's some volume stuff you can tell, but it's just like as a whole.
Not as much as Boba Fett.
Not as much as Boba Fett and.
Well, I think
remember the car chase from Boba Fett. It's like what is happening?
And those were both both Mando seasons were shot pre-pandemic, weren't they?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess Carson has a good point there in terms of pre-pandemic. But yeah.
But I think also like Disney's probably like in an area. It's similar and I'll admit with Marvel what they do is like they don't go super in depth a lot of the times with their so whether it's over reliance on green screen or the volume. It's quicker, it's cheaper, it's faster, it's quicker profit, essentially.
Well, most of the Marvel shows like Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, they're not in a galaxy far, far away.
You have to remember it's exactly right because they're having pressure from Disney to fill a schedule, right? Because think about this. The Marvel and the Star Wars shows are what keep people subscribed, and they're trying to come out with new originals to get people subscribed. But if they don't have the pillars, it's like, why are we? People like us are like, I'm not giving you $7 or $8.50 or whatever it is.
Remember 2020 Star Wars or Disney Plus, where it's like, why
am I here? Like,
just to suffer.
We're just waiting for Mando season 2 at that point,
right? And so,
where's the trailer?
So it's kind of that double-edged sword of like the more we expect, sometimes these things happen.
Yeah.
But just I do feel you guys because like when we're just comparing to this currently airing shows, it's like it's a visible downgrade. And keep in mind,
Stranger Things season 4 like 5 years to fucking make. By the way, shit, what was the last season come out? 2018,
2019.
Really?
2018, yeah.
It's been
season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 4 years since then.
Wow.
So time is definitely an element.
And in comparison to like Lord of the Rings coming out this fall, remember wasn't that like what 100 million per episode, something like that?
Well, even Andor, a show that is, I think is going to be very different, but it also took way more time. I mean, Kenobi lapped it.
That took a long time.
Yeah, Kenobi lapped it.
Kenobi lapped it and then came out first. So
good point.
There'll also be that element by the time Andor.
Which gets me nervous for a show like Skeleton Crew, which is announced this year and coming out next year. I'm like, how fast are they going to produce this show? And granted, they're using the volume, but
maybe it's already in production. Yeah.
Is it going to look like?
How are you going to get that ambulance scale? But I'll see.
Where's the ET?
Well, I'm just saying that concept art was crazy. It was that giant crawler with the kids running out on the grass.
Beautiful shot.
It looked incredible.
But I guarantee you they're going to be on that ship for like the entire series. It's going to be them trying to skeleton crew that ship.
And I'll watch.
But
I guess my thing is like I'm just getting back on TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. Like all your big stuff, like Game of Thrones, and even Stranger Things, I've fallen behind on. I didn't watch any Game of Thrones really. But I'll like pop in and like look, and I see the production value, and I'm like, fucking A, that is a lot. That is movie quality.
Even something like Barry, like I've heard just crazy things about the season 3, what Bill Hader accomplishes directing. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, and it's pretty simplistic. Like there's like a minimal number of locations and like rooms, but you know, it's really just like the way you edit it and cut it and like how tight it is. They're all 30 minutes, and it's just everything's snappy and you're just so locked in. Plus, the camera work is immaculate with the character.
So I think Cassian's going to find that balance between feeling like an actual episodic TV show, and I mean that by like, we've already had the old argument of like, oh, Mando feels too much like plot of the week, but like I think Andor's gonna feel like an actual episodic thing that builds like a TV show versus Kenobi. Yes, Kenobi for the first time, especially episode 1 and 2 and episode 6, it really felt like a TV show to me. A big one at that, but it felt like an episodic thing that had its own ebbs and flows of each episode, but also meshed together. Versus like something like, like Loki feels like a 2.5 or 4-hour movie or whatever, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Mostly the Marvel shows have felt like extended movies to me. So I feel like Star Wars has been kind of back and forth between what Disney Plus kind of is pushing it towards and then like more episodic sort of thing. So it's very interesting.
Where like what I want from a good TV show is to have an arc per episode.
Yes.
Like I want some kind of change, some kind of lesson, some kind of beginning of something.
I was literally thinking about this because I'm making a show. But I was walking through work today and I was just trying to think of like what's a good basis, and I was thinking about Avatar: Last Airbender, of how
perfect.
Even though it is like a situational thing, like week to week, there is like obviously the overarching story, but also like our main characters, especially Aang, he's always like taking in like a new lesson, and he has like a development every episode.
A new lesson every week. That's why I love season 1. The what's it called? The Blue Mask episode where he teams up with unknowingly teams up with Zuko. In terms of he has to raid the castle because he's trying to help out Katara and Sokka, who are sick in the cave. And it's a good lesson to come like work with what you have, do everything to protect your friends. But it's also a great action set piece episode. Like there's so many things you can dig into to every single Avatar episode. That's why I like Obi-Wan, where there's certain things you can dig into in terms of character and themes and meaning between every single episode. You don't really get that from a show like Mando. I hate to dig on Mando, but like episode 5 in season 1, where it's like he goes to Tatooine.
They're just continuing.
It's there to tease. It's there to tease Boba Fett for the next thing. It's there to tease. It's there to establish a current setting, which is good for the show that it's trying to be. But I just prefer the Kenobi style of storytelling, the Avatar style of storytelling. And I agree with Carson. I think that's what we're going to get in Cassian. With 12 episodes, a lot can happen. Maybe
there's a lot of room for that now.
Like, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
6 and 8, or is Mando 8 episodes?
8, yeah.
Like, even then, it's hard when there is a grand fluctuation in which your episode length is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 12 episodes. He can meet a new person. He can grow from them. Yeah. Each episode, he can meet a new person.
I feel like it's really going to span some time because even as Tony Gilroy said, like they've written this 24 episode arc that's going to really span up until that point. Yeah. Before Rogue One, so very exciting.
Before we head off, though, what do you guys think about this Cal Kestis rumor from our best friend Christian Harloff?
I'll go. Our best friend. Greetings and salutations.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Smosh know all the time.
Yeah, I would like. What would I do? I would put on a show while I'm just gaming. Cause I was such a mindless fuck like a few years ago.
Oh my God.
I really was, man. I was just like I would just be zoned out by fucking 3 a.m.s, just gaming Battlefront or something, and then I'm just like listening to the podcast go. Oh, it's done. Next one.
I remember when Schmoes Know used to be on their website, and I used to have to, like, back in 2014, every Thursday I would go on schmoesknow.com, and it would be on there. It wouldn't be on YouTube, and I have to go through that to find the old episode stuff from the beginning. Because I think I caught on like a year or two after they started. And then I listened.
Jalen just tweeted, "Avatar: The Last Airbender would really be the best show of all time."
They really do.
It really is.
Really do.
Filoni. Filoni, I know. Yeah.
But in terms of this news, I'm intrigued, a little confused.
Do you think it's true?
I want it to be true just because I would love to see Cameron Monaghan perform. I mean, granted, I've only ever anticipated him to be in like an appearance role on something else. And it's odd because we are entering the second full game with him coming out, Jedi Survivor, and to jump to a show, it's not impossible to do. Obviously, it's just odd to like jump from an in-depth medium of 2 games, because I imagine they would at least want a trilogy or another game if it's successful.
It's massively successful.
Yeah,
but it's still niche to general audiences, and I think it's too. As much as I would want it, I think it would be. There's cool explorations. I'm a little weary of it being live action because I think it would just kind of pale in comparison to what the game accomplishes in terms of atmosphere and everything.
Well, it's interesting because just like from what we saw with Kenobi and the side with the Inquisitors, I feel like they've tackled a lot of like the different types of settings that they would probably do in the show.
I'm with you guys. I thought you were going to go somewhere else, Carson, but yeah, I agree with you. I think it's like Cal Kestis, of course, is a different character from Obi-Wan. He would, if the show was going to be a thing, have a different arc. But at the same point, it's a post-Order 66 story about a Jedi on the run. He might run into Inquisitors. I'm just like, we've tackled that. I like his story being told in a video game where we can get 13 hours of Cal, at least, however you want to speedrun it, versus like 4 to 6 hours of him via TV,
via limited series.
I'm like, just give me the TV show, or just give me the video game. It depends on.
Well,
sorry, Dalen's getting tea, but it depends on like where the second game ends off.
Right.
But I mean, if the second game ends on like a good ending point for Cal, I don't want it. And if the game ends on like a cliffhanger, then I definitely don't want it. So I'm just like, just give me a third video game instead of giving me a live action.
I don't think we have to worry about this coming to fruition. It doesn't seem
anytime soon, especially
especially just based on what they've already built. They're very focused on this whole Mandoverse thing. Ahsoka is one of the biggest characters of all time in the fandom, and
Acolyte
introduces a whole new era. You don't have to like get people to watch play 2 video games to get involved with the character of the show. And then Skeleton Crew is Stranger Things in space, of course.
Also in the vein of the Mandoverse.
So to me, I don't see this with their current focus, based on what they told us at Celebration with all this stuff in the cards. But I could be completely wrong.
Well, I can see it happen. I just don't think it needs to happen.
I don't either.
Sure. I think it's a check. I think it has, but not potential. I mean, sure, but I mean, like, I can see it happening because of something like Ahsoka happening. That like the whole general audience point of it is just like they'll come. If they want to dive deep, they can. They could look into it, but it's something they're doing.
The general audience will get excited just like we got excited seeing Fallen Order. It's a Jedi on the run.
Cameron Monaghan's very popular.
But at that point, we were excited because Fallen Order was an original character. We never seen Cal.
Yeah.
Granted, general audience.
5 years after Revenge of the Sith, which even though that's the 19-year gap, that's still like a lot earlier than we've seen.
It was new to us. And I think it made us see a lot of new characters And granted, general audiences would experience that as well, but it's just like for your core fan base who has already seen Fallen Order, it's like
go do another original show. We don't need it. We don't
I'm
not to be that person that says we don't need that story because we're already getting that story.
We're already getting it in a video game. Just give us another video game. I'll buy it for $60. I'm good.
Or 80 with the special edition.
I'd rather have a brand new original show set in the High Republic than this show. I don't need a show called Cal. I just don't need it.
I agree. I can't give like a full assessment of how I would feel because I have no idea what the story would be. I don't know what the sequel is right now.
Yeah,
fully.
we have no idea.
It's very vague.
There's a 5-year time gap, by the way. So,
so it's going to be around like the Kenobi time.
Yeah. What if they give us a story like pre-Jedi Survivors? Like, I don't want that.
No, I would hate that.
So it would have to be afterwards, which is still, I don't want that. Like, just give me a video game.
I really wouldn't know where you would plug Cal in except for like a guest spot somewhere.
I just don't.
I don't know.
Like, I get why people are excited because it's Cal Kestis. He's a likable character. Yeah. Cameron Monaghan, good actor. Yeah. So I'm just like, it's cool to think about, but I just don't think I hate saying that. Like, I hate saying need, but like,
but I do.
We have a different medium.
I do agree with Carson though. I would love to see something like High Republic adapted to like the screen and go like full depth and like because there's so much expansive material right now to pull from that you can really dive deep and
you can even go phase 2 era. You could do
and with the general audience point, like probably not a lot of people have like dove into like as much of these reading medias as you guys.
Nor do they need to. They don't need to for a TV show if it has basically original characters and just textured in with stuff that High Republic people already know. Yeah. Which would be perfect.
You'd sew in a couple threads here and there.
Yeah, it's like just a couple peppered in things for the fans that did read the books. But at the same time, it's just all new for us anyways because it's the first time in that medium that we'd be getting that story or whatever it would be. So.
Yeah, or really like any point in the in the timeline that we have.
Or I'd love to see a show set way in the future. Like, what is?
I'm doing a comic.
Yeah, like what does that look like? You know,
Ninth Jedi.
It is literally something I've been like trying to think of. Like, what is the future of a long time ago?
I think that's what's lose from deciding. Our last topic we could talk about. It's still set for this on Disney schedule today. The 2023 movie still happening. What do you guys?
This is baffling.
What do you guys think?
I told you.
Why? The only thing I can think of is that they're holding that date so nobody else scoops it up for another Disney thing to scare people off, or they're gonna switch it out with the Taika movie. I just don't. I mean, Thor just premiered. What is he? Do you think the soccer movie is done?
I thought it was going to be the Taika.
It was finished back in 2019.
Yeah, it's already been confirmed by Kathy that Taika's movie is going to be the next one out the gate. She never said when, but they never have taken the release date off for Rogue Squadron. So the natural thing people are saying is, oh, they're going to switch it out for Taika's movie. So I mean, he could be playing coy about all the not being, oh, we're still in the blah blah blah. I mean, they could have the script done. But they would have to be shooting August or something, September at the latest.
At the latest, they would have to shoot October.
Like Dune, like
Dune, because Dune's shooting in October.
That's true.
But the reason I'm more confident in Dune, even though it is
right, because they've been doing ongoing pre-production and everything.
Dune, they started. This one is the first one finished, or while the first one's going on, basically. Mm-hmm. The cast is already there. The script is there, hence the book. It's an adaptation. And then, the sets have already been completed. And Denis not busy doing anything right now. Where do you think he's at right now? Helping out with the sets.
Doing Dune.
Taika is doing press. Like, granted, he's probably writing, which is great. But it's like,
well,
is the script done?
It's
What's going on?
And he's a busy man. I don't doubt him, but I'd rather the movie not rush out the gate to meet the 2023 date, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the volume.
No.
Oh no.
I know, but I mean,
the volume on a movie budget though.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. They're using the volume for everything now. And I think I also heard that like a lot of Thor: Love and Thunder is using the volume. So I guess we'll see how that like depicts, even though that's more MCU and everything's different than the MCU's production. But
they used Jungle Book looked great, right? So come on. So.
Yeah, and that was like the baseline of it.
Yeah.
But like I'm just saying, like I imagine the use of the volume could probably speed production like these along a bit more than traditionally in the past.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Just like, okay, so we still don't have a cast, which is wild. We don't have a cast,
A title,
a plot,
nothing.
the title. Granted, title we got
tagline.
later. We didn't know the title of Last Jedi until January 2017.
Yeah, but that's a little different because like
True. At that point, they were just.
we already
off.
knew the movie was happening and moving. And...
Exactly. You're right. But it's like, so even if they decided to move it, 2024 is Avatar 2 or Avatar 3.
And
so it's like
you're telling me they already had if it's truly coming out in 2023, they had that decided, but they didn't tell us at Celebration. I mean that is crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Not one
crazy
lick of movie.
Not even a mention of Taika Waititi.
You gave us Indy, and that's it.
Only in like the
you couldn't say
film
less about
article.
movies at Celebration. Only in the follow-up interviews did people try to pry at it.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I don't think it's coming. I think Disney will switch it out so Warner Brothers or whoever else doesn't steal that date because it's a prime date.
What would they have to move it to next year or 2025? Because 2024 is Avatar 3 in December.
Right.
So it would have to be 2025.
I mean, they own both, so they can.
Yeah, you're right. They could just push Avatar 2 to 2025 and then Star Wars. That would just change everything, but I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, December, just next year, December. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I don't want it to.
I'm just getting mixed signals. I'm getting mixed signals.
What are you showing me, Lucasfilm?
They're not.
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to be pleasantly surprised come D23, but we shall see.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a fun podcast. The end of Kenobi. I'm gonna miss talking about Kenobi with you guys.
Oh
yeah. Man. What are we gonna do now?
Great discussions.
We have so much coming Star Wars wise for fall, right? I mean,
Lego summer vacation.
They're back. Weird Al's in it.
Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. Then we got Andor. Then we got Tales of the Jedi.
Bad Batch Season 2.
Bad
Batch
Season
2. Visions in the spring.
Oh, right.
2023.
And then Mando in February as well.
Yeah, Mando before Visions. Yeah.
Mando before Visions. Then in the summer.
February, that's like next week.
Then in the summer of next year, we'll get Ahsoka. And then we'll get the John Watts show in the late...
Okay.
Probably December.
Yeah.
I mean,
exciting.
Full plate, and then we got a celebration.
London, maybe.
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to
figure
go.
It out.
Why are you going across the ocean?
I have to
get America.
I have to get a what's it called? Passport.
Porto Paso. Yeah.
Ejectocito.
Ejectocito code. Yeah. Man, but this was a fun one. How did we go 2 hours? Oh, there it is.
Fuck.
Is that your blinds?
That's my blinds.
That frightened the fuck out of me.
I told you before the podcast it might fall over.
I know, but I didn't know it was a jump scare sound.
You've never had my blinds fall all the time.
My blinds are like, yeah.
I didn't know you had them propped up. I thought they were closed. It's nighttime.
Call my
thing's
landlord.
Broken?
Yeah. I was like, do I pay for it or did the landlord pay for it? I don't want to pay for it. So I'll see what they want to do. Sorry, we're here. No bullets. I should have staged. I should have been like.
They made random. They made a sequel to Wonder.
Oh, what? I saw the fucking trailer for that today on YouTube.
White Bird, Wonder story.
Yeah,
what in the franchise?
Oh, wait.
Wonder with Owen Wilson?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
No, okay. This was so fucking weird because like the trailer came on and I was like, "What's this? And
wait, it's during World War II?
Hold on. Because this was weird because like they were showing a character and then I saw there was like they showed a photo of the kid from Wonder and I was like, huh? And then it went into and it was like fucking like the Careers of Wonder and I was like, and it kept going and yeah, there's this whole like plot.
Who's in it?
Helen Mirren.
Oh, okay.
Gillian Anderson.
Oh, okay.
And then...
I mean, I'm sure it could be good. It was so weird because like the title came on. I forgot what the title is, but then it said a Wonder Story, and I was like, "What's a Star Warsification?"
What in the franchise?
Wonder was 2017, right?
Yeah. the Wonder Cinematic Universe. What's going on?
It was based on that book, right? That was like super popular.
Yeah, but like, was there more in that?
I don't know if it's another adaptation.
I think Wonder did well in terms of box office too.
It did. I'm pretty sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, I think Kelly has the book. I think we have the book.
Time to read.
Time to read, Chris.
Wonder.
Thank you.
Should have lied and said like Alien or something.
She got those other books.
I know.
Anyways. Is that?
That's it.
Hello. Goodbye.
God, miss that.
Hello.
Hello.
We did it. This was episode number 71 of Hyperspace Hype. We've concluded Kenobi.
Tears.
It has seen the end of Kenobi. Good line. Evan, where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9. We did our first commentary on Alien on Tuesday. So check that out if you haven't already.
10 whole views. Please watch it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, watch it.
Woo!
What's going on there?
Everyone subscribed for Star Wars, and they're like, what's this?
But our Prince of Egypt one did well. I think. Maybe
that's a biblical banger.
Biblical banger.
Oh,
Alien, really good. A classic. So please watch it if you haven't, if you got this far in the podcast. Find me on Twitter again, HarrisEV9, talking all things anime, manga, Final Fantasy, Star Wars. I just finished Made in Abyss, Carson. He didn't tell me I was going to go through a heartbreak
does feel good.
It did by the end.
Stop it.
I'm hyped for season 2. Season 2 coming out like less than a month now. So I'm excited for that. And yeah.
Carson, where could they find you?
Real quick. Watch Miss Marvel. Fantastic episode yesterday.
Yes.
The show is incredible.
It is.
I love it so much.
I believe you. I will.
Watch it.
I will.
Slacker.
Yeah. Had to watch Obi-Wan.
Take me away.
Trying. Carson.
Yeah, catch me. I'm feeling an itch to go rewatch Kenobi episode 6 right now.
It hits.
He's back.
So I think I'm going to do that. And then I think I have tomorrow off.
Me too.
I think I'm going to go see The Black Phone for a little matinee screening tomorrow.
I want to watch The Black Phone, but I want to watch Elvis, but also
Double
Top Gun's
feature.
back in IMAX.
Every day you wake up with choices.
Oh, it is. Dang it. Oh, I got to see it.
Only like one showing a day though, and like at around 7.
How dare they, bastards! That goddamn dinosaur movie. No, what is taking it now? No.
Minions.
Minions. But yeah, I'll be catching that and maybe watching some other stuff this weekend. I don't know. But it's just existing, doing homework, talking, doing.
Nice.
Film Twitter stuff. Catch me on Twitter at the film. Can't even point at the film Carson. That's all I got.
You can find me on Twitter talking about Cha Cha Real Smooth. Blast.
You watched it?
No.
Oh, you asshole, Nathan!
I want to. Give me the login. Is that how I get you?
Use the free trial. No, I'm kidding.
Not the free trial. I had a free year when I bought my iPad.
Yeah. Did you watch anything? No.
I watched the Billie Eilish doc again after I saw it in theaters.
Wow.
I slacked. How often am I on my iPad to watch something?
You can get the
Billy
PlayStation
Shill.
app.
I forgot. All right. I didn't know the rules.
You can log
of
in.
Apple TV.
You can log in literally anywhere on Apple TV.
I know that now. When it's too late.
Man.
What am I doing? This thing. We're all doing it. This thing. Time is it? Follow it, please. Please. Vague ass tweets I always put out.
Yeah. What the fuck is Jeff or Bob or whatever he tweeted?
Jim.
Who's Jim? The Office.
Best damn side character you've yet to meet. That's who.
Ooh.
Jim. God damn, it's funny. All right. But yeah, we're just making stuff. It's fun. Yeah, we're gonna be doing My Cup of Tea one of these days were Saturday.
Saturdays is fine with me. Carson has to check his schedule, of course, but
yeah, that would work.
But yeah, you find me being exhausted because I had to work 6 out of my 7 days because my fucking boss is on vacation and we're understaffed. Woo! So I get 1 day off. I don't have a full weekend. Sucks.
You need a vacation.
You get a vacation.
I had one, didn't I? Celebration.
True. That is very true.
I need a vacation from the vacation.
Amen.
I just wanted this vlog, man. That's all I want. It's fun. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed our podcast, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if not already, so you do not ring the bell so you do not miss our reviews of all the upcoming content. Mando Season 3, Bad Batch, Andor especially. It's all coming up. Very excited. And I hope you guys have a great day. May the Force be with you always.
Come on, hit the bell.